Hello, everyone, and welcome to Here Be Dragons, where I have to readjust this because we got more people here after I shifted the scene around, because this is some real high-end production value going on. My name's Philip, I'm the Dragon Master of this game, and surrounding me are some of our dragons. But now they're Dragonborn, and they don't have to roar hello, they can simply say it. So, say hello, dragons.
Yip, 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 yip.
Roar.
Knew it would be roar.
I
knew it would be roar, and I knew I would like it. Well, welcome to the channel. If you were here the past two broadcasts, I will say I would like to apologize for some of the content that was on here. I know that last Tuesday, the Jerry Jiggalouse really kind of got under people's skin in a bad way, so I apologize for that. And then I know that on Friday night, what happened at the Bad Dragon was a lot. I did put another content warning on that one, but this game should be much more tame, I would hope.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't tell any of you about this. Hey guys, Friday things got intense, and they went to a certain kind of club, and they saw some performances there that I described in more detail than I should have.
I thought our eyeballs getting ripped out and fighting a giant gibbering mouther would be the bar for the week.
Tame.
It was the floor.
Tame.
It was the floor for the week.
That being said, my friends and neighbors, yes, last week in this game, things got pretty intense. We had some pretty improbable low rolls by the party as a whole, and I really thought one of the players was. I genuinely thought Lord Buku was done.
Did we lose? What's his face?
Lord Buku will be here later tonight. He'll be on in a little while. But
I totally don't remember that guy's name.
He made it. But you did lose Chura, your guide. However, while you did lose Chura, I did not give you the numbers because I actually did not have these ready of everything. I'll never make that mistake again. Your horde has increased by 3,707 platinum pieces, thanks to the Mask of Jiret that she wears, as well as the swinging whip she wields. So your current horde is now 29,338 platinum pieces. You are only 85,000 platinum pieces away from leveling up. So congratulations to all of you.
It's so much more.
Meaning in the Dragonborn world?
Is that have meaning in the Dragonborn world?
I mean, I know we're excited to accumulate our wealth and then go back to being dragons at some point, but if does our horde increase anything with being Dragonborn? Is it relevant?
It is. It is still how we're tracking if you guys get 85,000 more platinum pieces, you will level up to 7, even if you're still Dragonborn.
Give me it.
Also, we have the add benefit that we can actually use these magic items.
Yes, that's a huge part of it. In fact, if you guys want to take any time to look over these items, you're more than welcome to kind of find out these specific things they do. These two things that you sort of stole from her. In addition, I would like to thank...
Did not steal. We are carrying it in tribute to her memory.
Not giving it back to her people. Just hang on to it.
XigXag is very interested using the whip in her in tribute to her memory.
What's very fun about the whip is that even though that is an explorer only attunement item, I'm going to allow you to use it, but since you're not an explorer, some of its benefits will not fully apply to you. So it will still be a cool thing, but it won't have quite the same functionality. So before we jump into it, I also want to thank Le Rosen and Kim's Craft. That might be L.E. Rosen, actually, for having resubscribed. Also, Pierce likes things, who literally just did so. I also want to thank everybody who jumped on the hype train last Friday. Choo choo. Is that a thing people do for hype trains?
Yeah. Choo choo. That is the nomenclature.
Choo choo. Let's see you gotta do it.
I did it.
Yeah, choo choo. There you go.
Or is that or is that honking a horn in a big rig? Is it the same gesture?
Yeah.
Is it the same you're pulling
You're
the
just pulling
same
the chain. You're just pulling the chain. Yeah, it's the same for both.
So it's like choo choo if you're in an old-fashioned bathroom. Flush flush. If you're in a,
No, the flush is like this. Choo choo is like this.
I see.
See?
Hey guys, let's open up another thing on this, because my god. Oh wait, this is actually...
Nomenclature.
This is actually really cool. Tonight, I should have made a bigger deal about this, is our 20th session of Here Be Dragons.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
It is.
And not only that, my friends, neighbors, and aerial reptilians, the box that I'm opening tonight is box number 20. I planned this whole thing out for this purpose, to honor tonight. That is...
20 sessions, wow.
Wish that were true. Ooh, look, it's a fiery D10.
And
Dark Christmas
nice.
to me.
20 sessions played, 0 things accomplished.
That is so
Like literally zero.
That's a pretty remarkable record, actually.
Literally.
Okay.
I mean, almost half a year now.
That's actually not true. We have gotten a lot of people killed.
You have accumulated a good deal of wealth. I mean, when you split it between the 5 of you, it's not quite as much, but you've accumulated a lot of wealth, and you've made a lot of commitments. So that's cool.
We've not fulfilled any of them.
But no, it's been super fun. It's been a blast. I've super enjoyed watching you guys do all this stuff. So thanks for that. Let's I guess I'll give kind of, even though we sort of alluded to some of the things. Yes, our dragons are now in the Dreadlands. They have been transformed into Dragonborn in order to leave this place, which they were sort of tempted into coming here in pursuit of treasure, but they also were looking at this domain of dread due to the clear wealth held here. So they did kind of come here to acquire wealth and gold. Our dragons have ventured into the pit of Oshtar, a long forgotten temple in ruins outside of the sort of main area of Hydelket, where various pyramids have been constructed. They have made something of an alliance with several of the local Brickborn, who believe them to be prophesied liberators, thanks to one Eldo the Seer. They have ventured down in here with one of these explorers, one of these Brickborn explorers. Her name was Chura, but she was devoured by a monstrous aberration that was nothing but pink gel eyes and teeth. But our group nearly lost one of their own members to this horrifying aberration, but they were sort of rescued in an odd way by another one of the Eyes of Oshtar, the Red Eyes, who burned it up with flame, also forced hospitality on this group, and who then stormed out when the group perhaps suggested there was somehow they could help this person against the Green Eyes, not quite realizing this person thought the Green Eyes was on their side. So a lot going on. This definitely seems like the most emotional of the eyes they've met so far, having encountered the Blue Eyes before. During this process, some members of the group did have their eyes forcibly ripped out, but they have now been restored thanks to Tongart using a lot of spells. So all's well that ends well. Now you guys are in a dungeon. Many of you probably pretty low on HP. I'm sure Lord Buku's not doing amazing. with Tongard having limited ability to heal anyone else. But that's okay. I think there was some talk of maybe you guys would try to take at least a short rest in here, which is not necessarily a perfectly safe place, but you have been offered hospitality and have accepted, kind of as a group, maybe not every member, of 2 different of these sort of undead creatures. One of the main reasons you've come down here is to take a dip in the pool that apparently will allow you to be immune to charms forever, which would be a really cool thing. So, we return to you now with your hoard having slightly increased in value to 29,338 platinum pieces, thanks to the sort of this kind of burial mask that you're kind of flopping the pink goop off of, as well as this swinging whip that you're kind of cleaning off that had been with Chura before she was consumed. You have noticed that there is some sort of like circular doorway or portal, some kind of like stone that you think could probably move. Those with some high perception saw that under the remains of that massive gibbering mouther.
So when you said portal last week, you were mostly sort of conveying a circular thing, not like there's an energy vortex.
I am so sorry. I realize in fantasy things I should do that. Yes, it is a portal in the sense of like literally a door, not an energy portal. Yes, I apologies for that.
No.
Yeah, that's a.
I want Shishu to like give everybody a really inspirational speech. It's like every Instagram meme about working really hard and we're going to be immune forever and the journey's going to be worth it. You just have to take the first step.
I think that's great. Before we sort of get into that, then I'll just go ahead and read tonight's invocation.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
I hope that wasn't too loud for anyone who can't stand.
That was amazing.
The sound of cracking knuckles. This is another classic. I'm actually not sure I've ever done this one on Blood from a Stone, and this is a mildly longer one, but oh my god, is this not the height of American poetry? Every time I see you, all the rays of the sun are streaming through the waves in your hair, and every star in the sky is taking aim at your eyes like a spotlight. The beating of my heart is a drum and it's lost and it's looking for a rhythm like you. You can take the darkness from the pit of the night and turn into a beacon burning endlessly bright. I've gotta follow it for everything I love. Well, it's nothing till I give it to you. Oh my god. So good. Does it anybody? There's no reason anyone would know the bridge. Unless there's real big Air Supply fans out there.
Air Supply.
That is the bridge from Making Love Out of Nothing at All. Oh my god, that song is so good. Who writes that? I know who writes it. Anyway, cool. So yes, here you are when you think about the darkness in the pit of the night. All the love in this domain of dread, because they're always about love at their heart, my friends. Shishu, you are sort of trying to inspire the group. Would you please make a performance check for me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Here we go. 19.
19 is good. 19 is very good. Yes.
Flowing. All the inspirational quotes are just flowing.
It's both that you say them all with confidence and you say them that way where they actually sound wise and not trite. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Shishu. I really appreciate that part where you express that our need to live, laugh, love. I think that's very, very true. I think that those are 3 things that we should carry forth with us at all times.
Yeah, that part where you just were like, dragons just need to work hard. I love that.
The part about the kitten was really, really cute.
Hang in there, guys.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. I can't even stop. I think that was a Kim Kardashian reference that I'm into it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Just work harder, women. Why don't any women want to work? So
Shishu also says that.
Well, I think we all probably collectively need to work a little harder.
Actually, no, Shishu doesn't say that, but probably it's being echoed by her little January 6th barbarian monsters. What are they called?
Oh, those guys would really agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing here's the thing about your berserkers. The problem with the berserkers,
forgot that.
The first thing I'm going to recommend is don't get into an argument with the berserkers because they're not coming from a rational point. Because they are going to talk to you about how so many other people like just need to work and toughen up, but the berserkers they're such babies. Like they're so sensitive about it. Like they're like this. They are such victims. It's interesting how much berserkers
call everybody else a snowflake, but
they're
I know the truth.
And yet, every single grievance they've ever had, it makes it hard to love them. But you know, they are roughly. There's a lot more of them than you kind of like to think.
Love them when they save your life, I guess.
That's true. What would be great is if we could all come together on things we agree about. And on those, and that's another one of Shishu's inspiring points.
Yeah.
Let's
I feel
find
when we all get richer as dragons, we'll be able to come together in agreement more.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Nothing unites people like some people having all the wealth. That's what I've always found. In any event, as our dragons sort of are here and ready to go, are you going to take a short rest in this chamber? The red eyes have walked out. Some of those strange kind of squat, didn't mention those in our recap, but there's these strange squat mummified creatures who are kind of serving you, some of whom slightly bowed to you. One of them is like hanging by the door, just like kind of like not looking because you don't see any eyes on it, but kind of like turning to you all and like kind of like hovering. Shishu talked. Actually, I'm just going to roll for this thing to see if it would have stayed at all of that. You know what? That one actually kind of after some time halfway through Shishu's speech, Tongart, XigXag, you do notice like one of these things that was like hanging out at the thing, like seems to like really be like interested in the words that are being said. But then something kind of gets it out of it and it kind of like rushes off, like realizing it has other things to be doing. So Shishu's words moved it, but it had other business. So the five of you, Lord Buku is kind of quiet, sort of making sure kind of maybe his eyes, he maybe needs another second for his eyes to kind of straighten out after they were sort of popped back in by Tongart. But you are all here. Shishu has said these words. You know what? It's not a feat you have, but let's do it. Shishu, roll a d6.
Oh, sweet.
That's just, why not?
2.
Everybody gets 2 temporary hit points. There you go.
Great.
Just throw those on.
Can they get that after everybody heals up during the short rest?
Sure. They can be, you can mark them separately, yeah. So are you guys taking a short rest? I guess that's my question.
I mean, I'm all right. I mean, I think for me, I just like to push myself. I like to feel like, all right, let's just go. But like if any of you are feeling like, oh boy,
I just don't want you to burn out.
Too hard. I gotta just sort of relax. I get it. You don't want to burn out.
I don't want you to burn out, bro.
I'd like to take a short rest and familiarize myself with this whip while I do.
Absolutely. There is also this mask. Someone could theoretically familiarize themselves with the mask as well.
Mask is kind of weird. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I think I will take a look at the mask just in terms of like I'm more of like, I want to know what it does, more of like a religious knowledge kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
I'll do
sort of funeral ceremonial.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you kind of if you would like to sort of meditate on it, you don't have to attune to it at the end of that time, but you can learn what it is, kind of the way they sort of let people sort of consider these the kind of like that free identification over an hour. So it sounds like you guys are going to try to take a short rest. You may use hit dice healing. I'm going to assume that Lord Buku will do that with his current 26 hit points.
Yeah.
But I will let him do that all when he arrives.
And our hit dice now are D12, just 1 D12.
His dice are D12s. Yeah, I just reduced you guys to a standard thing. You all have 6 of them if you haven't used any so far. Did anybody hit dice heal though in your other rest? I don't think anybody did. Okay, cool. Well, very good. If you guys are sort of taking this time, yeah, go ahead, Tongart.
Although it is possible if we're sort of concerned at all about this, I don't really need to take a rest, so I'm happy to also like just keep an eye
that's
out.
what I'm saying, Tongart. I don't really need to take a rest either.
Like I mean, I think we as a group should take this moment to take a breather and recollect. We kind of went through something that some people might describe as traumatic, horrific, life altering. But
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Do you remember the part where your eyes disappeared from your skull?
I mean, I vaguely sort of recall something like that where I was unable to see, but I like to live in the present, you know?
Do we know for sure that everybody's eyes got back into the right skull?
Oh, good point.
You actually, based on the rolls that were made last time, everyone did seem to get their proper orbs. The sclera is right there. Okay.
Hey.
So if we're concerned at all, I'm happy to just keep an eye out while everyone kind of takes some time.
Keep an eye out.
Sorry. I realize now that was fairly insensitive. It's just sort of a turn of phrase. I wasn't really thinking, and I apologize for that.
Okay. Well, so yeah, I guess let me know if you're gonna do that. If you're, I mean,
I wouldn't attune. It's a matter of whether or not I attune or not. So yeah. I'm just checking. How does everyone feel? Do you feel safe here? Do we feel like? I mean, we've got this one. Right. We've got like just 2 points that we kind of need to like check in on, right? Like there's the main entry door we just came through, and then there's this other sort of circular door in the floor there. I suppose we could all sit on that door. We're not exactly as heavy as we used to be, though, so I don't know that would impede anything. And it might actually be a trap that would just open if we were all on it, and then we would just plummet. So
you can sit around it.
All right, then I think if you all feel safe, I feel comfortable just sort of studying this mask and see if I can learn anything about what our old friend was gaining from it.
Okay. So you will sort of take a bit of a rest. XigXag and Tongart, I think, are high. What is your passive, Elon? 15? Something like that?
My passive is... 1 second, please. It's 13.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, what is it? It's 10 plus...
10 plus the modifier. It's just whatever your perception modifier is, it's just 10 plus that.
16.
16, okay, cool. And I believe Tongart is 16 as well. Yeah. That's not terrible. So basically, your 2 most perceptive individuals are kind of, their passives will not be up to their studying, but we'll have sort of as a 16. That's fine. Just in case. Let's see. Shishu, could you just roll me a d12? Just for no reason. I would love
that. I would really love to do that.
That's cool. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
7.
Thank you for that question. 7. Okay. Great. Okay, so. Oh
dear.
Not too crazy. It's a fairly appropriate thing here. Ooh.
Oh God.
Rolled fucking high.
Now what? We have to go meet old Blue Eyes. Oh wait, who's the one we haven't met yet? Green Eyes.
Green, yeah.
What?
Just roll
no, what?
XigXag wouldn't have seen that one either. All right, come on. See how many we get. That's insane. Insanity. That would have met. XigXag would have. Status quo. XigXag technically would have seen that one either. Okay, there we go. Fine. That one's 10. So Elon, you're kind of keeping watch. And, a few minutes go by and you're kind of like looking out and everything sort of seems normal. It's you're using that dark vision down here. You're kind of, sort of seeing it. So it's kind of shadowy. Tongart and XigXag are very wrapped up in sort of looking at these objects. You see everybody else just kind of taking a breather. Elon, honestly, you're probably a little distracted because, I would assume Shishu and, Lord Buko are kind of sitting closer to each other. Or so basically, yeah, you're distracted trying to sit between them. All that's going on, there's a bit of distraction even on this. It makes sense. However, eventually both you and Shishu and I suppose Lord Buku as well do see some movement in the doorway into this room, the one that you came through.
Oh god.
Didn't close the door?
I will say you didn't because no one said they closed the door. So you see that there are actually 4 zombie gazers. The first 3 came in just silently and still and just were blending into it because my god in heaven. But this last one bumped into some of the other ones. So Elon, Shishu, and Lord Buku all sort of look over as kind of you hear like... And there are 4 of these things. They're about the size of like a volleyball with these kind of like rotten eye stalks off, and they're just all kind of like they're just kind of like looking into this room, and they really do seem to just be kind of gazing at all of you.
I'm just gonna sort of stay chill. I just want to see what they're gonna do.
Okay. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on them too.
I just imagine you, like, if there was a couch, you're, like, reclining back into it, like, crossing a leg, making a big, like, arm out, just a big, like, I'm comfortable here, I'm just lounging.
All right, after about 3 minutes of them just sitting there, one of them, we'll say it's the one that bumped into the other ones, begins floating into the room.
Heads up, guys.
Just this giant eyeball just kind of jaw hanging, dead open. Kind of just flies around. And then, I'll say actually 6 will be none of you. Elon, it kind of just hovers like, not at you, but very close to you. And one of the eye stalks is like rotating and just keeping itself fixed on you. This kind of dead, like milky eyeball just kind of looking at you, kind of shiny. And the gazer gets very low to the ground, but now more eye stalks are kind of looking up at you or at the others. And the mouth just kind of... And it just takes this giant bite of all of the pink material on the floor. And it hovers up, and there's this... I mean, actually, you guys technically don't know that it's pink, but just this, like, gelatinous aberration... kind of what was left of that humongous gibbering mouther that you all killed. And it kind of just takes a bite. And then the entire gazer just, like, turns to you, and all the eyes focused on you, and the big eyeball in front. And you see this, like, lifeless jaw kind of unhinged, just kind of going, and a bunch spills out, as it kind of just is sort of chewing and trying to swallow. You see some of the goo now coming out of, like, holes in the bottom of the material.
Gross.
It just stares for a long time. At this point, you notice now, some of the other ones are now coming into the room as well.
I guess they want snacks.
I'm just gonna very slowly step back.
Okay.
Are they eating the goo off of the door to reveal the door? The portal door, whatever.
They don't seem to be specifically doing that, and here is now what I truly hope this game becomes. If those of you who are not actively doing this would like to try to have as your light work, if you want to try to herd the gazers to specifically eat that section of the gibbering mouther,
Come on.
I will need, in that case, I'm going to give you both advantage on this from help from Lord Buku. We'll just kind of say he can do that with all of his damn nonsense. I don't even understand what that class does, but his Imperator stuff. But Elon and Shishu, in that case, I have to set a DC for this. How?
Am I left out of this at all totally because I'm studying this?
No, you're not. You're not left out. If you want to do an action, you could do something. Sure.
I'm just gonna instinctively tap Shishu here and offer a little guidance of.
Understood.
I was like, I think you would normally have some like great animal magnetism. I just kind of want to just enhance that a little bit here.
So yeah, we're gonna call this animal handling. It's not, but that's what we're gonna call it. So if both of you would please add advantage, and Shishu, you may also add a D4. Please make an animal handling check.
20.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Shishu, you guide a couple of the gazers pretty successfully to this area. You manage to kind of get them where they need to go, and they seem to actually be, kind of eating the specific area of it. You in fact don't even have any like weird moment from any of their rays or anything. Elon, you managed to get one over there, but another one you kind of approach it too fast or come a little too close to it. And
Elon, slow down.
Does a 15 hit your armor class, Elon?
No.
It basically now, this one of them is like on your scales, literally just probably on your scales. There's one of them that is like clinging to your scales, and it's like it's very kind of like burnt off. It's trying to like bite you, but it seems mad. And it's just you see these eyes like looking up at you, and honestly the eyes, like that's probably making you even more nervous as these eyes are like
I'm gonna sing a lullaby.
Oh, I love your singing voice.
Make a performance check.
Okay. Just to calm it down here.
Wow.
I am instantly thinking of Big Trouble in Little China here. It's instantly the creature that is latched onto.
That is a 24.
A
Whoa.
24.
Elon's a really good singer.
I will say that this works very well. And in fact, Elon, as you sing sort of a little lullaby in Draconic to these gazers, it's as in spite
Draconic
of
has the best lullabies.
In spite of this being these creatures generally be disgusting, undead, five-eyed aberrations, there's something sort of sweet as you watch their many dead, bloodied eyeballs, oozing eyeballs, all kind of just start to grow kind of heavy. These what eyelids are left kind of drooping down. The one relaxes its jaws on you and kind of in this very gentle kind of spiral pattern sort of begins to hover downwards. The others kind of eating, they're looking up, and their eyes looking up at you are like the main eyes kind of, and every once in a while one of them will kind of and kind of eat and cough up some of this goop. But after about, a minute or so of you singing, all four of them are now, like, asleep on the ground.
I wonder if we could use it as
when Elon was younger, he was in a dragon boy band.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just a cappella. I mean, it wasn't a big deal.
They almost released an album of lullabies.
Yeah.
Like, it was this close to being released.
Also, I'm sorry, then what starts happening, I forgot what they are. Oh, could they still do this when they're zombies? That's an even odd for me, sorry. They all start mimicking your voice. So this horrifying undead chorus that sounds just like you, but like garbled and like from broken, half-torn
it's all
vocal cords are all like and so they're all doing this, and their mouths are still going. The only reason any air is even passing over it specifically for this mimicry is they no longer breathe. So like they're not even like snoring or anything. And their mouth's still moving. They're still tasting whatever that stuff is. So some of them are still kind of eating.
Yeah.
And this lasts for another, 20, 30 minutes or so. As you kind of hear these like weird strains of your lullaby. When there's only 10 minutes left kind of in this rest everyone's taking before kind of people are getting these benefits, you do start hearing some shouting from one of them. I guess I'll roll these. They're basically one of them kind of sunk down into where the gunk is, and now the other ones are eating that one. While still singing the song, so like in between bites of other gazers, it's getting, but like it has 13 hit points and they do 1 damage when they bite, so it's taking a while, and that one's kind of fighting back and biting back, so they're kind of beginning to get rambunctious is the point. The eyes are now all open.
We should probably go. Do you guys feel rested?
No, I feel like we have 10 minutes left.
Oh.
You need about 10 minutes
Can
left.
we just sit down in a corner for the next 10 minutes?
You guys can, I mean...
Just let them... Yeah, let them do their thing.
Understood. If you're going to let them do their
might
thing,
as well eat each.
which I honestly kind of
Team
like
moment.
as a...
I'm gonna pull out my shield and just sort of hold it up so I can, like, block my vision from what is going on.
Understood. And I'm just going to roll them out of all 4 of these little weirdos. Okay. About 5 minutes after this, things begin getting intense. 2 of them effectively are like ripping the other 2 to shreds. Are consuming eye stalks, and there's a lot of like the screams they're putting out are just really disturbing and upsetting. However, 2 of them are destroyed. The other 2, having eaten this and like looking pretty damaged, they're kind of now looking around at all of you. Their eyes kind of, and Elon, one of them kind of remembering you having been singing, it now comes directly to you. I need you, as one of its eyes begins to light up, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
Elon.
Yep. It's 20.
This thing is trying to charm you with its dazing ray. Doesn't work.
Do I get the sense of what it was intending to charm me to do?
Make an insight roll.
Okay.
I'm not sure it
'Cause,
even
you know-
knows. These things are very
Oh,
dumb.
Yeah, no, that wasn't very good. Insight would be 5.
You genuinely have no idea.
Yeah.
But it
Alan,
looks
do you
pretty...
feel threatened? Do you want me to just kill him?
No. Let's avoid it. I mean, I don't want to harsh our sort of.
I mean, I just
recovery
gave that
here.
really nice speech like 45 minutes ago, and then like,
Move away.
Elon, the one who's looking at you so slowly, never breaking eye contact, all of its eyes just staring right at your eye, just very, very slowly, jaw widening, just goes down towards your arm.
No, I'm gonna take the butt of my short sword and be like, no.
Make an make just a flat animal handling check in that one, no advantage or anything.
Do Thangart and I notice what's going on?
They do, but you're so you almost you're so close to having this figured out.
14.
14 is not quite enough for these weird creatures, and it does, in fact, as you're sort of pushing it around, it kind of like moves and it's going to try to bite your hand. Does a 13 hit your armor class?
No, it does not.
So again, just kind of clamped on, hovering there like...
Oh, no.
like a puppy bite.
Yeah. The other one, noticing this, Elad, is now also moving towards you.
Yeah, maybe it's time for violence.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in and try to block the other one from.
Okay, make an animal handling check.
Okay.
If we go into combat, does that negate our rest?
Question.
It's not. This isn't gonna be combat.
Okay.
That one.
That one. This one,
Yeah.
Shishu, as you move to intercept it, this one, like, without skipping a beat, it just, like, you know how, like, sometimes babies will kiss you and it's just, like, an open mouth on your face?
Yeah.
That's what this gazer is doing to your face.
Ew, I don't. No.
Does a 7 hit your armor class?
No.
So it's in the area, you're just kind of, like, trying to push it away. It's gripping onto whatever it can. But they're now trying to eat the buteros.
I'm just going to go ahead and slide my sword into it, and I'll be like, shh, shh, shh.
Make an attack roll. Make an attack roll.
Same. I'm gonna do the same to the one that's trying to kiss me. Like,
Please make an attack roll then.
okay.
Oh no.
Oh no, for me too.
13 to hit.
13 is its armor class.
Good, because I rolled a 15.
Great. So go ahead and roll your damage. These things were eaten by the others a little bit, so neither is at full health.
That is 11 points of piercing damage.
We do 2d6.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry, 9 points. 9 points.
We do 2d6 for damage, right?
For you do 2d6 for damage for your weapon, yes. As
I
you
do
just kind of ever so gently, just kind of like, okay, just kind of like almost like
I do 12 points of damage, so
Cool.
one shy.
No, they typically have 13 hit points. They've already been eaten by the other one. So you just like and they just Zigzag and Tugger, you kind of look up as these other two zombie gazers kind of just like plop down into the sort of kind of the junk here. And in fact, this is great because it would have beaten the 16s that Elon have and Shishu have. At this moment, Elon, you do hear some more voices going, and you look over at the door and you see there's two other gazers hovering there, but having seen this, they're just like, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Move along.
Hold
I'm
the
still
door.
gonna pet the jelly-like corpse.
One of the eyes looks up at you and winks.
Oh. We have a
They carry anything on them, these gazers?
No.
I would like to loot the gazers.
Okay, you know what? Make an investigation check on the gazer. That's fine. Let me show you what a gazer looks like.
I'm gonna step on it on the way
Shishu,
out.
can you still eat things to regain stuff?
Oh, that's right.
Just take a bite out of it.
Do you want
Do
to
I
eat
have to
this?
be in a frenzy to eat them?
Oh, I don't remember. I think maybe it's only when you're in front. That's a gazer, by the way. So imagine a volleyball that's that size just kind of hovering.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Just little beholders.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up my
Go for it.
fury frenzy.
Yeah. I think it's
I might not have to be.
in a
This might be
frenzy,
like a little-
actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but do you
like-
want this? Eat these? They probably would give you indigestion.
I don't know, man.
Right.
I just ate a bunch of rotten food from a mummy, so it's a weird day. It's a weird day we're all having. But I like the idea that you're just gonna treat it like a shish kebab. You're just like gonna.
No, it's any creature you've killed. That's true. Oh, you
When
know
you
what though?
The creature you've killed, you regain it.
Keep going
Yeah.
though. This doesn't work. Read the next part of that sentence. That is no more than one size category smaller than you. These are tiny. They're not big enough to give you any of that sort of sustenance.
Okay, then I'll just use hit dice to restore my.
Understood. Well,
I thought this goo would be nourishing, like a protein drink, like a smoothie shake, but I guess not. There's nothing nourishing about this land.
No. I think actually all of this whole thing is probably made of like sucrose.
Yeah, it's fake sugar. It's gonna leave you more hungry than when you
Full of
started.
melted Rexon or high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, it's not good, guys.
oh my gosh. Gazer syrup is a very interesting idea though. So,
Yeah.
The rest at this point does finish.
Yay!
Zigzag. This is a swinger's whip. This is a +1 whip, so this is a magic weapon. Now that's not as much appealing for you guys because you already all your weapon attacks are magical, but it is +1. It does deal 1d4. That is largely because you are not an explorer. They do more with whips. You are not able to like pick stuff up with it. You can't do all of the tricks that they can do. Technically, their class gives them the ability to swing. I'm going to say you can swing because the other feature of this whip is that as a bonus action, you can swing it anywhere in space and kind of wrap it around like a temporary like anchor of force, basically. So you can swing from that. It will, for you, be an acrobatics check to do the swing.
That's cool, though.
Because you're not a trained explorer.
What is the DC for that?
The DC will typically not be high. It'll only be if you're trying to do something crazy. It'll be probably like a DC 12. Just a little harder than average to swing from nothing to nothing and time it right. That kind of thing.
So what is it? Dexterity for?
Yeah, it's like I'd actually let you do. I'd let you. You could do acrobatics or athletics. That would
athletics.
Either one's fine, because I would imagine swinging from ropes is an athletic endeavor.
And would I get 2 attacks with it or just 1?
You would get 2 attacks with it because you guys have multi-attack, yeah, or extra attack technically, yeah. So yeah, you could strike with it twice. It does have a 10-foot reach, but you don't have any of the like crazy explorer features, which is in the Long Lost Noir book funded by our Kickstarter. So they'll have some other features, but you can use it for its 2 features. It is a rare item. I think dragons will be able to tell the worth from this stuff just by attuning. It is worth specifically. Go to the right place. It is worth 1,950 platinum pieces.
Okay.
It is rare. Tongart. This is the Mask of Jirit, Jirit. It is a type of burial mask. It functions as 2 just existing things. Goggles of night. So if you wear it, your dark vision will be increased by 60 feet in range.
Oh.
Because I'm not making that up, am I? Goggles of night increase if you already have, right? Am I drunk?
I don't know. Yeah, actually.
But, you can make up...
If you already have dark vision, wearing the goggles increases the range by 60 feet. Yes. So they function as goggles of night and a gem of seeing. It has 3 charges. You can expend a charge to gain true sight for 10 minutes.
Does it recharge?
That's great.
It does recharge. It recharges 1d3 daily at dawn. So you have 3 charges, and at dawn you get 1d3 charges back.
All right. Yeah, I think I might wear this. I think it might help us while we're down here.
I'll miss seeing your face.
I appreciate that, Lon. Also, I appreciate that you and Shishu found some sort of... I mean, obviously, things got a little out of hand there, but I appreciate your sort of diplomatic and sort of charismatic solutions to problems.
I mean, when you think diplomatic and charismatic, you think Elan Duteros.
Exactly.
Yeah, I appreciate that you and Shishu have shown off just the multitude of talents that you both have.
Well, Tongard, buddy.
Oh my god.
You're the best.
You really are. When we get out of here, I'm buying you the most largest barrel of apples.
Thank you.
The most
I appreciate
largest
that.
barrel. That's so sweet. Water nearly came out of my nose. I'm so glad I was like a second behind where my drinking could have been, because Elan knows. Okay.
I have just remembered that I have this shard, so I'm not entirely out of spells.
Oh, does that? Oh my god.
I still have the shard of the E-Save rune.
What nonsense does that do? God, that shard is ridiculous.
It's not going to be good in the dungeon.
Oh. Well.
It's going to be some chaotic nonsense.
You know what? It's always good to have the option. I would say that's a thing. All right, great. So you have completed a rest. Those of you using any hit dice for healing, you may do so now. We will allow Lord Buku to do so when he does. I will also say that because of just the absolute nonsense of that, sort of 3 out of 4 ain't bad. All that, even though then they started eating each other. I am going to say, if all 4 had spent an hour eating the goop from that area, it would be clear. You had 3 of them do it for most of the time. We're gonna round it to it's 2/3 clear. That portal below. So that area has less goop. You guys you managed to get the gazers to eat that section. So for you to clear it yourself would really not take much time.
So I'm sort of the opinion here that this was, if you wanted to protect something rather important, this would be something that you would put in place to guard that, right? Like, it seemed like a pretty
yellow on top of it.
Pretty successful guardian there.
That's good thinking.
So perhaps, I don't know what's underneath there. Could just be more awfulness.
Yeah.
But I'm just sort of opening up that idea as a possibility. We could also follow our mummy friend that we've all accepted hospitality towards.
I like the portal.
Chances are.
I feel like we should at least just check out what's underneath that. I feel like we have to keep descending to go to the pit to get the immunity drank. Is that like an immune booster, like a wheatgrass shot?
Wheatgrass best.
An immune booster.
It's yeah, but I think it's a little more permanent. I don't think you have to do it like every day. I think it's like a one-time thing and you're good.
It's like turmeric, ginger, wheatgrass shot of immunity to being charmed.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You could think of it that way.
A wheatgrass shot to being charmed. That's the, It's always good to put things into your own idiom. That's what I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So, somewhat refreshed my dragon friends. What is the plan?
Sounds like we're going through that portal.
The investigation.
All right.
I'm proficient in investigation. Can I investigate the portal how
Yes.
to open it and whether it's trapped or something?
Absolutely.
And would Thungard give me some
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can.
boost in that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some guidance.
Not that.
Let's see what we have.
Little guidance.
16.
With a
It's not the
16,
best.
you do not feel there are any traps on this doorway. As far as how you would open it, you think that it, you can tell that there's kind of like radial seams, sort of in the stone. So you suspect that there's some kind of rotational irising open that will happen. Like the stone will kind of split into, kind of like little curved parts that will move out. I will also say, we lost. That's okay. Well, we're at a weird thing right now, but it's fine. But you also will say, XigXag. The doorway. You'll never guess, actually. You will never guess, now that all the goop has been cleared and you actually see it, you will never guess what the symbol of this round stone looks like.
Eye?
Is it a donut?
How did you... Yes, it's an eye. That's so impressive. Donut. Haha. Oh, you nut. Haha. Oh, my God.
Don't nut.
It is an eye. I'm gonna say with a 16, if I'll say you suspect, you don't exactly see where, but you suspect that if you just kind of like moved your hands around, you'd probably find some latch on it that would maybe be able, so you could like pull this thing open.
I'll start tapping around for a latch.
All right.
Guys, look for a latch.
I'll take a look.
XigXag, if you're kind of tapping around, before too long you do actually pull on a piece of stone that you realize is kind of like a lever, and it takes a little bit of strength. No roll required because you got like a pretty high strength anyway. But you sort of begin to push it, and as you sort of push it, and it takes a little resistance at the beginning, but you do hear like the grinding of the stone and a little of the gloop kind of holding it together. But you begin, and sure enough, the center of this thing starts to pull apart, and you seem to be, by pushing this lever around the outside of the stone portal, you seem to be kind of like opening, widening, pulling the sections back in of this iris. I think that you would suspect that this thing probably used to work much faster and was maybe, but it's rusty, but you can do it. It's taken some strength, no roll required, but you're definitely kind of working up a bit of sweat. Once it is about a foot open, and it's kind of hard to tell just because of everything that's in here, XigXag, you smell 8 aberrations.
Warn everybody.
Boy, that feat makes it no fun to surprise people. Let me tell you.
Can I take a look down with my new extended dark vision?
Well, fuck you. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And actually, as a matter of fact, the passage down is not even your new extended dark vision isn't required even to get to the bottom. But I'll say you just kind of, because you're explicitly looking, XigXag still moving. Just go ahead and make a perception check as you just peer down into this into this dark area that now some
That would be 20. Modified 20.
Technically, it actually is at disadvantage because it is no dark.
Sure.
It's completely
Sure.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a natural 1, so that would be a 9.
9. So it is hard for you to make anything out in there. It's just so dark. You see the shape of the room. It appears. I'll say even with a 9, it looks like it's about 50 feet down. But maybe your eyes, or maybe you can't take anything in because of what you see. And none of you are dragons, so none of you sensed it the way you used to. Mm-hmm. But Tongart, you were looking at piles of gold.
Ooh.
Oh. There's I don't know that there's a fountain down there, but there is quite a lot of wealth.
This appears to be almost like an oubliette of like hoard. It seems like stuff has just been dropped in there. It doesn't seem to be a huge chamber. It seems like it's about 50 feet down, maybe 30 feet wide. You see a lot of gold. You don't see any creatures. You don't see any doors with a 9. Also, I'm just going to say that because you did cast guidance a while ago, by the time you cast that guidance and XigXag started opening it and found the thing, whatever glow was in this room is gone. So that's why it's not lit up down there. Yeah. Okay, so.
You have any of that rope left? Let me climb down with.
You guys put down 3 ropes. And Lord Buku fell. You put down 3 ropes, but you would have left them there. Assuming each one of you could have gotten, because it was 300 feet. I don't think you have any rope left with you. No, I think it was very far down for all of this.
That's fair.
Did our friend bring any? Did she bring any extra? Or
that nothing that would have survived digestion. The magic items were really all that was left.
Yep.
That being said, XigXag, why don't you make a survival check? Uh-oh.
What a sentence. Nothing that would survive digestion.
D&D, y'all.
24.
XigXag, with a 24, it will take you some time, but you could probably, just with materials in this room, maybe make some kind of makeshift.
Well, or I could just use my whip.
Well, you could get down with your whip, but it's 50 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go down for sure.
But there are bad guys down there, so. Right.
Well, I mean,
but aberrations. There are aberrations down there, and
well, I suppose we could sort of light something up and toss it down. Right, like a torch isn't going to damage any gold or anything like that. Might just give us a better look at what's down there.
Or cast a cantrip and then everything lights up.
Yeah, I don't know how much attention would draw. Like literally everything lights up like that. But I mean, we just did it, so it's probably fine.
Well, if you drop down a torch, it might have the same effect.
Well,
no, I mean, I could make, there are enough stuff in this room. I could make something to climb down.
It's mostly gonna be like eye fibers from all the eyes that went out of here. It's gonna be a gross rope, but XigXag
really
can take some time and braid some of those together and get you,
Yeah.
Probably XigXag can probably really only get you like 35 feet, but it'll be enough that you can dangle and drop without hurting yourself.
So it's just a pit. There's no There's no okay.
Actually, rooms like this are not shocking for you guys to see, and really doors like this aren't shocking for you either. Straight down doors are a thing that in a lot of draconic buildings would have existed. You know, you just assume whoever was dealing with this could fly. You sure have seen a lot of, you know, hovering eye creatures, and you know, biped spellcasters often are capable of you know, hovering magically. So,
I'm guessing.
Yeah, it doesn't shock you what you're sort of seeing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think we both probably will have to kill whatever is down there, and I don't know. Maybe killing it from up here would be better. Or if they can fly, they'll just fly up, as opposed to us just dropping down there and, you know, being attacked.
Yeah, that's not a bad point, XigXag. Alan, you got any sort of something you want to toss down there? Any sort of spell that might sort of light up the place, and also maybe throw something down there?
Yeah, I think I could do that. Let me just double check here.
Cantrips.
Let me just recall what I've, you know.
Let me think of what
thought about. Ooh. Do I really? Ooh, boy.
I'm not asking you to expend a lot of resources or anything. Just one of your simple sort of rote memory kind of things.
Can't you?
No, I don't really have. I could talk to somebody down there, but I don't really have a way. I kind of figured that maybe you would be the one that would light our way.
I see. Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna take one more look down there, and see if I can take another look down, and I'll cast guidance on myself when I do.
So you cast guidance on yourself. So this is actually sort of going to be a notable thing. You cast guidance on yourself. This room lights up. That room below you does not. However, you have now cast guidance, even though it's a sort of, you know, maybe like 10-foot wide thing. I'm going to say just enough light from this room is sort of shining down to make it dim. So it will be a flat perception check for you, and you get your D4 on it.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Not bad. 21.
21. I should roll some.
Right, all right.
Only one of these guys will do.
What, 8 aberrations. That is quite a lot.
You notice, Tongart. First of all, you see that this room, it's not just gold. There is a beautiful suit of armor down here. I want you to actually make a history check for me.
Sure.
A full suit of plate mail. You guys already have a suit of plate mail, but this one looks somehow even nicer.
Less cursed, I hope.
It's a 4.
You have no idea. It's just some biped armor.
It's very nice. Maybe Legat will kind of accept it as some sort of like forgiveness. Yeah, some sort of like apology. When we see her again.
You also notice, with your rather high roll, a sword kind of like not embedded in a thing, but like standing up in some kind of stand. The sword is very interesting looking. Has almost like a snake-like design of the hilt. You can see this even from 60 feet away. You see a sarcophagus that is kind of round in shape. In another place of honor, you also notice, I don't know if Tongart would blush at this, carved out of ruby, you see a very erotic statue of 2 beholders mating.
Ew.
I think most of us would blush at that.
Yeah. You also see, kind of hiding behind some of this area, a creature that looks like this, sort of staring up at you.
Ew.
Kind of like trying to like duck down from the light. It's kind of this eye just kind of focuses. And you see other shapes around that size, kind of all like backing behind stuff to avoid being seen, but you see some shadows kind of cast from whatever light is down there.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, maybe we should just drop down the torch as well.
Yeah, perhaps. Maybe light it up a little bit, given this. Also, I think I caught a glimpse down there of another eye creature, but it looks more like a biped. than like what we've been dealing with before. I don't know that this thing could.
Goodness, hopefully it can. All right.
I don't think it can come up here. But yeah, I
But,
think we might as
yeah.
well try to drop something down there.
Yep, agreed.
You have torches. You can light a torch, sure.
Okay.
I'll even say you can just kind of stick it on your,
Yeah.
get it in there real good. And yeah, sure. You can ignite a torch and drop it down, and the torch drops down. Now all of you can kind of see the kind of this gold chamber. It looks like the floor of the chamber. Yeah, you probably can't quite tell that from up here. It seems like it's kind of just like straight up Aladdin, like the floor of it is just a bunch of gold, and kind of around the edges there are these kind of like little stands that have more interesting things on them, such as swords and such. There's just a torch now burning in the middle of it, kind of casting, light. Some of the rest of you even do see these like Nothics kind of moving around. These bipedal, single-eyed creatures. They all do have like bandages hanging off of them. They're looking up. One of them actually kind of like peers up, kind of like in anger, and kind of comes over to this torch, and turns its eye upon the torch. And Tongart and anyone else kind of peering down, XigXag, you certainly see this as well. Even Shishu and Elon, if you're really keeping an eye. You look as this creature looks at the torch, and the torch begins to shrivel and blacken before the flame kind of out of the other half of fuel kind of just kind of wisps up. There's still some embers down there, and kind of the space is plunged back into dim light again.
That is
Drop down another torch.
Sure, you
Drop
can
down
throw.
a torch, and then I breathe on it.
You breathe what on it?
On the guy. My
your
breath.
arrow breath.
My arrow
okay,
breath.
all right. Well, yeah, we might as well see how effective this is.
All right. So go ahead and
Jam
go
a
ahead.
torch into my thigh and then chuck it down.
You jam a torch. You actually see a few of them are closer there. Go ahead and take your shot with your arrow breath on one of these things. Yeah.
Can I do that almost like how you would see someone like light a cigarette, like
Yeah.
in a cool noir
Where
thing,
you're
where I
like-
sort
you're
of, light a torch off my
Yeah,
torch is a
scale.
giant match off your own. Yeah, that's hilarious.
yeah.
How many of them are? Remind me again. How many of them are down there?
XigXag has smelled 8 aberrations.
Okay.
That
We haven't
is
gotten a clear look at
20.
all of them.
We haven't really gotten a clear look,
A
right?
20 to
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
A 20 hits. Please roll your damage.
2d10 plus 5.
This is another creature that I think should be immune to psychic damage, but it's not.
It is 16 plus 5, so it's 21.
You smack one of these things who kind of like howls as another one's kind of coming over. It looks up. You see their eyes sort of burning, but it seems like you're too far for whatever their sort of gaze can do. But XigXag. At this point, XigXag, does a 19 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Wonderful. That is, oh yeah. XigXag, you sort of do this and you're like looking down and you shot this arrow. You then hear this sort of snapping kind of like sound of like wood and sort of string. One of these creatures has actually shot at you with a short bow and an arrow, though kind of old.
It
Like
had disadvantage because I have a partial cover. Shouldn't it?
well, I mean, you just stuck your head in and breathed down,
All right.
so yeah.
Okay.
So that will deal you 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
If that point you want to sort of snap back, they won't have any angle on you. And now you hear sort of strange language. One, Elon, I guess you understand because thing. You hear them describing protect the wonders, like prepare for battle. Protect that which must be protected. Just kind of all sorts of weird like.
Okay. Are we
inane
gonna
muttering.
are we gonna wreck some? everyone, I'm gonna look around. Are we gonna wreck some stuff here?
I think that is sort of the general consensus
Yeah.
here.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast mirror image on myself.
Okay. The room around you continues being lit up. Yeah.
Have some of the extras to move over, so that's the one I take now. I wish I could have do mirror image.
I'm gonna peek in, I guess.
Okay. You look down. The torch is still burning. They haven't rotted that. But one of them, upon seeing you, they were holding an action to take a shot, so another arrow will be coming up. Sweet. That will be a 16 or a 21 to hit.
Okay, let me roll to see if it.
Yeah,
hits
roll
my
to see if it hits you or pops another one.
Sorry, let me get my. Where did it go? Okay.
Mirror image is a spell that I love and never remember how the exact thing of how it works.
Oh yes, so so it hits one of my mirror images and then
It just
goes
sort of
away.
bursts apart. Wait a second. Hold on.
I have the true
Ooh,
sight.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Some technicality, some loophole that these guys have.
Regretting the whole.
Buku. Sorry you died, buddy.
Right.
You'll
tried
be
really
happy to
hard
learn
to
that
say no.
we opened.
Hey, Jed is here.
You'll be happy to learn that we took a short rest, so you can roll some
Nice.
hit dice to heal. We also then opened that door on the floor, and it is filled with golden treasure.
Wait,
And-
I'd like
Yeah.
to try something though, Phil.
Oh, I also want to mention to you, Lord Buku. You guys also you have about 3,700 more platinum from the 2 items that you looted from your guide Chura.
Carry in remembrance.
Elon, I am really sorry to say this, and I feel like I'm just being a needless dick. However, their 120 feet of true sight would mean they do, in fact, make contact with you. So that arrow does strike true in a way where you're in a way that you can tell something lame happened, and you take 7 points of damage. I will say at this point, now that this is happening, I do want everyone to go ahead and roll initiative.
oh, I came at the perfect spot. Hey,
You have 2 extra hit points.
You do not have 2 extra hit
that's
points.
right.
You have 2 temporary hit points because Shishu gave a very good speech.
awesome. How many current hit points do I have?
As many as you
you
reroll.
may do hit dice healing. You guys did take a short rest, so whatever you like. There is no healing spells for you. Tanguard is 100%
Cool.
tapped out, but you have 12. You have your 12d or you have 6 d12s. So
Okay.
you can do whatever of those you'd like.
How
So-
far down? How far down are these bad boys?
They are like 50 feet down, but with height and stuff, I'll even say something with only like 40-foot range. I don't think there's really anything between. It's like 30 foot won't quite hit them, but anything up, 40, 50, 60, you can hit them.
Right. Okay.
All right, friends and neighbors. Is anybody here 20 or higher on initiative?
Yes, 24.
Oh, sorry.
Shishu, 24.
Oh,
Not 20.
Came in like a wrecking ball. Anybody 15 or higher?
19.
19 for Zig. No one else. Anybody 10 or higher?
13.
13.
I believe you both have maxed dexterity, so who wants to go first?
I have no idea what's going on, so I'll go second.
Understood.
I'll go first.
And then what do you
Actually,
have,
Eight
Tongard?
eight
Yes.
aberrations down there in the hole.
I'm at a 4.
Oh.
Great.
That's
Um,
right.
7 hit dice down, and we're almost full health, guys. Feeling good.
For my character, how many rages does she get per long rest?
We only have 6. Jed, we only have 6 though, because we only have.
They're all 1d12.
Yeah,
I
we
can't
only have
quite
one
tell
d12.
from my sheet.
5, not 6, not 7. 5 d12s.
You have to finish a short rest to get it back, so you have it back. You just did a short
Oh,
rest, so you
so
could
just
do
one
that if
rage?
you wanted to.
Just one rage per short rest?
You get one per short rest, yeah.
Okay.
All right, friends. Should I roll all 8 of them, or should I do them in groups? I never know. You know what? I'm gonna mix it up. I'm actually gonna do all 8 this time. Let's see how different it even winds up being. That being said, none of them are going to beat Shishu, so Shishu, you are up.
Okay, so I'm 40 feet above them. We have no ladder or no rope to get down there.
Yes, XigXag was in the process of putting a rope together, but it did not get done.
What's the range on my... Because we still have our breath, right? Breath weapons?
You do have your breath. You will have to look that up based on...
30 foot cone
30
for,
foot.
for what I have.
Yes, so a
Based
cone...
on our Dragonborn stats?
A cone won't be on your Dragonborn. It'll be on your normal dragon. A cone won't hit, but a line will, I believe. Yes, a cone at 6th level is only going to be 30 feet, but a line is 60. So if you have a line form breath weapon, you can hit them, but a cone will not.
That's what I was looking at too.
See that, Shishu? The man trying to keep us down. And lend the cones shine.
I think all of us.
This dude only sees in black and white. Rods only. No cones.
Oh boy. All right.
I'm trying
Well,
to find the breath weapon page on the thing.
I'm back, guys.
your let's see here.
Mine's slowing breath. I'm just trying to find where it is on the thing.
Slowing breath is
There it
is in
is.
the shape of your breath weapon. I think gold dragons are a cone.
Cone.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. I'm trying to see what distance weapons I have.
There's no way they didn't give you some javelins. So if you want to throw a javelin, you can do that.
I shall throw a motherfucking javelin then.
All right. We're gonna say you have. How many do barbarians typically have to start with?
6.
6. You've got 6 javelins. You can throw 2 a turn. There you go.
Okay, great.
So if you're going to throw a javelin, it is a strength-based attack. Now your thing may say melee weapon. So you won't have advantage on the throw, but you can throw 2 each turn.
Okay. So it's still my +8 and then the 2d6 +5 damage modifier.
It is only 1d6 + 5 because it's just a javelin.
Okay.
That's based on the weapon. But yeah, go for it.
Okay. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit, and that is actually the specific armor class. Are you going after the one who XigXag already hit, or are you just throwing it one random?
Yeah, I'll go after the one XigXag already hit.
Perfect. Okay, and you actually this also deals your proficiency bonus, so it is actually going to be since you're. Oh, wait, did you enter your crazy rage, or you're just throwing?
No, I'm just throwing.
Cool. Yeah, then it is 1d6 + 5.
11 points of damage.
Perfect. Okay.
And then I'd like to throw another javelin.
You may do so.
That does not hit.
Well, what was it?
A 13.
Yeah, it doesn't hit.
You just said it was 15.
I know. Well, sometimes I like to hear that.
You were
it doesn't.
checking to see if I was listening.
I forgot I said it, is what it really was.
If Shishu's not raging, she definitely is a good listener. But when she's raging, forget it.
So you throw down, and you throw these 2 things, and one hits, but it kind of hides from the other one. Like a coward is what it does. That very Nothic, in response to what you've just done, is going to kind of like go over and sort of fish out. And it is going to try to shoot up at you with a short bow as well.
Rude.
That is an
Rude.
8. It doesn't even that arrow actually doesn't even make it up. That arrow just kind of goes boop, and like it just like it's like apogee is just like right like a foot below the thing, and then it just kind of goes down and blink.
I hope it bounces back and hits him in the nose.
It does not. Okay. You're like, oh cool. Like, ah man. XigXag, you are up.
I'd like to stab my sword into one of these geysers. Is there a dead geyser head around here?
Honestly,
I
there's
could-
not enough geyser. Like, there's not much left of geysers.
Oh.
What are you trying to do? I'll tell you. If
I was
there's
trying
enough
to
of
like
one.
just old trick because I don't have a hat or something to push it over the edge that.
I see what you're doing. Understood. Go ahead and make a deception check.
That's incredible.
Oh, that's not very good. Yeah, that's an 8.
An 8. You kind of like slide a bit of geyser over the side, and some eyes stalk. No arrows come firing for you.
Okay, well then I'll just look over and I'd like to shoot one of the arrow guys.
Okay, so you kind of look down. It appears that the only one who had one held was the one who like was already armed. The others are all currently like reaching for arrows
Yeah,
or
that
other
one.
weapons.
6 was 8. Oh shit, it's only a 14 though.
A 14, you fire down another burst of the psychic energy,
Okay.
kind of almost like mage handily moves a few things, but you do not make contact. That one is able to take some cover behind one of the stands.
Then I duck back.
Yeah, you can kind of duck back. Elon, it is your turn.
Okay, I'll peek over the edge
All right.
and
There are 8 of them down there. A few of them maybe have a little cover, but there are 8 of them now. One has a javelin kind of in its back.
okay, I'll take a look at that javelin one. Look over at Shishu, and I'll go ahead and I'll cast Hex on it.
Okay.
With my bonus action, and then for my action, steam coming out, frustrated that they're so far away. Take a deep breath, channel some good vibes, and Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. All right. You have 2 shots of this.
All right. So,
I think you do. Do you have to say where they're going in order?
I don't know actually.
I know they're. Just
I
roll
think because-
your first one. You can kind of.
I
dive
think
away.
because they're separate attacks. I mean, it's
Yeah.
up to you. I think because they're separate
Yeah,
attacks.
I'd say you can. Yeah, go ahead and take your first shot.
So the first one's a natural 20.
Okay, so that's 2. So that's not 2d10. That is 10 plus. That is what's your charisma modifier?
Plus 5.
So because you took the. Did you take that invocation? Did you?
No, I did not.
Oh, you did not.
No, I
Okay,
did
cool.
not.
So in that case, you don't have that. So it's but basically it is 16 plus 1d10 plus 1d6 because you max out damage. You max out the first.
I love it.
die.
I love critical hits like that. I think
Yeah,
that's so
it's
smart.
So yeah, it's how it should work.
Oh yeah, because these rolls are really bad. So 16. So 21 points. 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage will be enough as your first Eldritch Blast just tears into this sort of this aberration that kind of like crumbles and kind of like, contorts even more unnaturally than it already does, sending coins kind of flying, falls down dead. You hear the others saying, basically saying, our odds of protecting these things have decreased.
So these guys are ridiculous.
This is not good for the odds of our being able to do this.
Do I see the one that shot me?
The one that shot you is still alive. Yes.
I'll go. That's the one I want to get that guy.
Go for it.
And so that is another natural 20.
Wow.
So it's a D10 plus D6 plus 16.
Wow. I've never. Wow. So that's 7 points. So 16 plus 7 is 23.
23. Instantly bloodied.
Good.
As it kind of like. Oh, actually, though, I take that back. That wouldn't have the D6.
Oh no, you're right.
Couldn't have moved. That's not. Yeah, couldn't have moved.
I
the
haven't
target.
moved it.
So
that would be
minus 6
3
minus
So it'd be 10. It'd be 13 points.
30 points. Perfect. Okay, cool. Good to know. Yep. That's the thing about Hex. You do have to spend the nonsense. Yeah.
Yep,
Next
yep.
turn, you can. Perfect. Okay,
That
great.
makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Elon, that is good.
I'll go ahead and
are
take
we-
a few steps back. I kind of wish we could get down there. I just want to.
Quick
Yeah.
question though. We
Yep.
are
Ew.
we are in formation, aren't we?
You could have. We didn't declare one, but yes, you.
I
can
would
certainly
assume
declare
it's
it.
inspired spirit
Inspired
Yes.
spirits tends to be the.
by
Yes.
default.
It's usually by inspired spirits unless you have a reason
So
for the
I
breeding
could have
strategies.
rolled with advantage then.
Could have, yes,
Okay.
but you will just keep it in case there's like a wisdom save or something forced.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's-
So Elon,
I'll-
yes, trying to get down there. Also, here's the thing. I mean, even though we're in initiative, we could almost pause initiative if none of you were like going there and everyone's just holding stuff. You guys could, let XigXag spend some time building a rope, if you wanted to.
Sure, but those guys are apparently not going anywhere.
Yeah. But
Do you want me
Elon,
to do
that
that?
ends your turn. It is now Lord Buku's turn in initiative. If you guys want to pause initiative, let me know. We can do so. But Lord Buku, what would you like to do?
Book is going to turn to someone next to him and just, that is like fish in a barrel. It's like this is like like bipeds in a corral. No.
So funny, so funny.
And he's going to take aim at someone down there.
All right,
whoever's
there
hurt.
is one. Elon just messed one up pretty bad, or messed one up fairly bad. Not as bad as he would have if it had also had a hex on it, but yeah.
Cool. He's got. He's going to use that short bow that he had.
Wonderful. And what is? And I don't know what the. I know you can do your bonus action shenanigans. What's the range on
I
that?
will. There's a range. 120 feet.
Then you can do it to these creatures.
Okay, then that's what's happening. We'll go ahead and roll advantage on this first one. Natural 20.
Okay, so
Fantastic.
that is 24 plus 6 is
Yeah.
max, so it's 30.
Yep.
So now, and then what's your dex modifier? 5?
Yep.
So 35 plus 2d12 plus 1d6.
Plus another 20.
So
55 points.
So you kind of say this to Shishu, and you're like, it's like shooting this, and then it really is like shooting fish in a barrel. You aim on this thing, and just kind of like do a little breathe in, and you're like, there's a part of you that's like, why are the bipeds so impressed when they can do this? You shoot this Nothic like straight through the eye, like
Ooh.
just like straight through the body, and the Nothic just like I'm actually gonna say the shot is so good, the Nothic is instantly dead, and it doesn't even fall. There's just a dead Nothic, just like perfectly
Nailed to the floor.
balanced, just like here on the ground, just like.
Do we have a contest? Who can kill the most of these? I'll shoot another one.
Okay.
That's a 25 to hit and 9 points of damage.
Well, that does 9 points. That one is less impressive, but it does 9 points of damage, so well done. All right. Anything else?
It seems pretty good to me.
Anything with your movement?
No. I mean, I'll step. I want to do the like shoot and step back kind of thing because.
Just double check it. Everyone has moved back, so just making sure.
Yes.
Okay, so now the remaining 6 Nothics get to go. They've taken turns.
Oh, I mean, I don't know that I've backed away yet because my turn hasn't come around.
I will not say anyone started initiative looking down into the thing. So
All right.
you're not looking there now. 6 of them just took turns, but you're not looking down yet.
Okay.
It is your turn, Vanguard.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were like pausing for dramatic effect of how much stuff they were doing.
They're probably all aiming up, holding an action.
Yeah. I don't actually have a ranged weapon. I did not take one. So, if I look around, I'm just gonna tempt something here.
Are you pulling out the shard here? Is that what's happening?
No, not yet. That seems like it'll be very counter to what we're trying to do here. I would like to just see if I could scoop up some eyeballs to use as sort of like projectiles and just chuck it down.
You're going to throw. You're just throwing aberration pieces down.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe I could pick up one of the gazers and just chuck a dead gazer down.
Okay, sure. There's not much of those left, but I'll say you're just gonna try to throw stuff. Okay, so go ahead. So you lean over to make this attack.
Yeah, and I'll have my shield out.
Okay, cool. At
He
which
doesn't
point,
have to lean over. He can do it without leaning over.
I mean, if you just want to throw one over, it's not an attack.
No,
you
I-
can throw one.
No,
if you're,
I'm gonna
if you're
lean
trying
over
to
so I
hit
can try to.
something, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to.
So you do
hit
this.
something.
You got your shield up, but 4 arrows just immediately come flying at you.
All right.
That one is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
The next is a 8.
That will miss.
The next is a 19.
That'll hit.
The last was so close to being a natural 20, but instead it is a 23.
That will also hit.
So that will be 1, 3,
Quite only your shield up.
18 points of damage as they kind of, one bounces off the shield, the rest kind of manage to find purchase. You guys are not super used to using shields, so it's you're kind of like,
I got knocked. I blocked
Yeah,
one and then got
you're like,
kind of knocked.
I
wide
got
open.
it. Yeah, exactly. So you take some damage. However, you can now make your improvised weapon attack. Go for it. Roll an attack. It's just going to be strength plus proficiency.
So that will be 17.
A 17
No, sorry,
does hit.
18.
Go ahead and roll a d4 and add your strength.
All right. 7 points.
7 points.
Maximum damage with a gazer head.
Beautiful. You technically can throw another one. You do have extra attack.
All right, I'll grab another piece and chuck it down then.
Okay.
Even better. 20 something.
Go ahead.
Less impressive though. 4 points of damage. Minimum amount of damage with a gazer head.
Understood. You kind of hit and they
Real
just
swingy. Real
they
swingy
kind of
right now.
hiss up, and Tongart, I think you were under the impression 2 of them did not shoot you. 2 of them have not, whatever it is
Right.
they're doing, that they have not taken attack. So do with that what you will. Shishu, top of the round, your turn once again.
I would love to javelin some mofos.
So throw another javelin.
Okay. Oh dear. 14 does not hit.
14 does not hit in the saddest way. You
You
throw
could
one.
use advantage.
You try to throw one at.
Yeah, you can do advantage.
Inspire spirit.
You could give yourself advantage one time this round, so you could do it for your next attack if you'd like. But you try to throw one at one of them, and it kind of like it's actually the one that Tongart just hit, and there's like a piece of like gazer body on it, and your javelin just kind of gets caught in that and does no damage and kind of pulls the gazer off, and this one sort of looks up at you and is trying to reload. So you have your second shot. If you want to take advantage on this, you can roll with that using your one for the round.
I'll just roll again.
Okay.
16.
16 does hit.
6 points of damage. I want to. I don't know. We have to kill all of them, so you just pick who got hit.
I'm kind of having you guys attack whichever one's been wounded to whatever degree you can.
Okay, great.
Wonderful. XigXag, you are now up.
First of all, I would like to move, so I'm not at the same spot I was last time.
Awesome. Kind of.
And then I would like to just held over my shield over the hole at first.
Okay.
And then when I hear any arrows into
No,
it?
you're pretty confident that all the held arrows from their turns
Oh, okay.
went to Tongart.
Then I'll just lean over and breathe on something again with, and I use
What?
my advantage.
Go ahead.
What level are we?
6.
6.
6.
Cool. I just
Oh,
realized
yes,
my
yes.
bonus damage is 40-12 now.
That's
27 to hit.
40-12 at 6.
That's ridiculous.
And it is
Hits.
8 plus 6 is 14 plus 19 damage.
Why is it 19? Oh, because you're 2 things of the thing. Well, that's a lot. That one is also dead. Elon, you hear them in this strange language all saying, this is really troubling to our numbers. We may need to adjust our strategy.
How many? Counting that, how many do I feel like are left?
You think they're I'll tell you what. I want to make it like this. they're describing the percentage of drop that just occurred. So I actually want you to make an investigation check to like do the math in your head.
Okay. I love it.
Is Elon the only one that can understand them?
Yes, they are speaking under common.
Oh,
so
my
sadly.
Oh no! Oh, it's a 0. It's a 0.
Elon,
Yeah, you're
like,
not good at math.
Elon, you're like you can announce to the rest. You're like, guys, there's only 2 left. There's only 2 left.
These guys are real smart. Okay, real smart.
They're really smart, but we've got. There's only 2. There's only 2 remaining.
Okay.
Oof.
All right.
But it is
I'll
it is
peek.
your turn.
I want to peek over.
You see more than 2. So you're like, my numbers weren't perfect there. You basically
guesstimate.
see you see like, well, it's tricky because one of them, the one that Lord Buku shot, you see one of them just standing really still. And you see so like you think there's maybe like 6 of them.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. About 6. Okay, and then a wonky kind of question.
Yeah.
If these guys don't have reactions, they can't hold actions, right?
They can hold action.
No,
Yeah, but holding
you spend your reaction to yeah, that is true.
I'm going to cast slow on all the 6 that I can see.
You're going to cast slow down there. That's interesting. No, that would okay. So wonderful. What kind of save is that? Wisdom?
That would be a. 1 second. That is a wisdom save.
DC 16.
The DC is 16. Yes.
All right. A failure. A success. A failure. A success. Wait, I have to. Oh, shoot. There's 2 who are currently. It probably won't make it. Lord Buku, are you gonna jump down there on your turn?
I wasn't planning on it.
Then yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. A success. And so that's 3 successes, 2 failures. Oh, sorry. The last one is already dead. So so Elon, I'll phrase it like this.
I knew that.
Elon, I'll phrase it like this. You see that 3
That
of
one
them
failed. It failed, didn't it? It failed.
You see, well, it's hard to tell. You see 2 of them clearly affected. The one who's standing really still showed no response at all, and there's part of you that's like, ooh, that's one tough motherfucker.
Tough guy. Yeah.
Guy's ice cold.
Okay. Bonus action.
Yeah.
Bonus action. I will.
Ice cold.
I mean, bonus action. I'm gonna shift my hex to the really tough one.
Understood. You're like, God, this motherfucker. Yeah.
I like that you 2 have now set up the perfect thing for like the movie thing where it's like the perfect cut, but it takes a second for it to reveal. But now you've created the slow motion as well for it.
Yeah.
As you're like, so it's
And
just
I'll go ahead and do like a slow move back.
perfect. All right. Lord Buku, it is your turn.
And so they all, also the ones that have failed have an, for other people to know, they have a -2 to their AC.
That is true.
Excellent.
Great.
Elon, you actually hear slow voices in response to this, saying, "Oh, our odds of success are going even worse because I have had a slow spell cast on." They're instantly describing the spell that's on them, and another one says, "I have also had a slow spell cast on me," and another one says, "I have as well, but the slow spell has not taken effect. I have avoided its effects."
I don't want to kill these guys anymore.
I am in a similar position to you. So our effectiveness has not been decreased, but the effectiveness of 40% of the remaining defenses have decreased. The net decrease to this, they're going on this. Lord Buku.
Fantastic. Yeah, Buku's going to again lean over. He's going to do his little plan of attack, analyzing them.
Okay.
I'm just curious as a. You know what? Never mind. That's too much. So I was just gonna analyze. Gonna take aim at one of them and try to put him in the ground.
All right.
That's a 25.
Okay. I will roll a. You hit.
10, 26, 31 points of damage, with the extra 4d12.
It's a lot of points of damage.
Whoa.
All right. You can shoot
And,
again for significantly less damage, but you know.
I'll do that. That's a 20 to hit for 11 points of damage.
Cool. That one's.
And just subtly says, like, you know, did you ever go hunting, Shishu, when you were up in the mountains? Is that a thing that you all did? We tended to do that occasionally, you know, sort of royal hunts, sort of thing. Just shoots these.
Oh, we were invited to plenty of hunts.
Oh, so fun. You seem very talented at it, that's why I asked.
Thanks.
Mm.
She's just kind of like, okay. No doy. Like.
All right. On the Nothic's turn, Elon, you hear. You hear. Oh yeah. Go ahead, Shishu.
I was gonna say she just doesn't have a lot of humility.
I'll phrase it like this.
Her skills.
Neither does Buku.
It's yeah.
She knows what she's good at.
Neither of them. Yes, exactly.
What a perfect couple.
Yeah.
Okay, Elon, you hear as the Nothics take some time taking their turn. 5 voices, 2 of which speak a little slow, debating whether or not they have any chance of repulsing these attackers from above. I am now going to roll a group investigation check for them, kind of as a. I'm not going to allow. This won't be at advantage. I'm not going to allow the slowed ones to kind of contribute to like kind of a bonus acting thing. But they're just as a group going to roll an investigation check. But I just want you to understand. You're hearing like a debate about odds, statistics, and you can tell that these are. Yes, I mean you don't follow most of it, but these are real. Like these are very like rational creatures, which is odd for aberrations. Okay. You hear them come to the conclusion that they need to bury this room rather than fail in their charge.
Very?
So, Ella, you hear... I mean, all of you hear some sounds. You hear a Nothic running very swiftly, a not slowed one, through coins. Elon, I will let you use your reaction to look over and see what is happening. You're muted.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll be like, they're trying to take it away from us.
Okay. Elon, you see one of the Nothics is making a beeline to the armor.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
And you see the Nothic reaching up to the armor and beginning to shake it, as if disturbing it from its rest.
Can any of us do anything?
I will actually say that I'm going to allow Tongart to because it's like your turn now. I'm going to kind of let this be a thing that Tongart, if you want to try to do anything at this time, you may. I'm going to say this will be like a top of the round effect sort of thing.
This is gonna be bad. Okay, so first off, I will start my turn by healing. Now forget that.
Yeah,
and then what
I never need to be nice to you guys. You can regenerate, and Buku does adds 4d12 every round, and XigXag smells everything. You knew there were aberrations down there.
I'm going to take a look over to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. You see one
I
of them.
can cast second level spells.
You can also breathe for a minute. It's never come off, but when that happens, that's going to be rough.
Taking into account what Alon has just said, and seeing this thing sort of shaking the armor now, I'm going to grab my shield, shoulder it, and jump over the edge, trying to land on top of it with my
to try to prevent that effect, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to try to take. He's trying to take our armor, right?
I see.
Yeah, that's what he's happening.
All right,
Our armor.
Tongard, you were trying to jump on it. Let's go ahead and why don't you just? Are you proficient in athletics?
Am I? Yes, I am. Of course. I am.
Well, then it's athletics or it's an attack roll. Either way, you're trying to use your body like a torpedo just into this person. Go ahead and roll the attack.
All right.
It's a soup cannonball is what that is.
That would be a 25.
A 25. And I rolled so bad on these 5d6 of damage that happens as you go down. So that means you take from 5d6, you will take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Nice.
There was a 4, and then wasn't much else. So you land on this thing, just kind of. It falls prone. It actually also takes that damage. Make a dexterity saving throw. This is to stay on your own feet.
You
Gotcha.
can use advantage.
Yeah, that's actually a good call on this one. I am the least dexterous of the group. Philip.
Mm-hmm.
The one that will be the successful one is a natural 13, which
For-
also 13.
That's a 13. So for anyone who's used another game, that's just gonna happen real quick. Thank you, sir.
Oh boy.
Guys, they're in big trouble. Another. And beautiful. Tongard with a 13.
No, what do you add to it?
Nothing.
That's what you rolled.
No, that is correct. That is my roll. It's a 13.
Yeah, but do you have any dexterity?
No, it is a
Nothing to
13.
add to?
It is a 13.
So
You
he
have zero
lands.
dexterity?
So basically,
That's correct.
Tongard, you like land on this thing and knock it off, and you're just on the edge of the armor. Okay, and you're trying to just like steady yourself to like stay on your feet to whatever, and you do so, and just in this odd biped body, just kind of swing. You know, you've got a shield. It's just weird. You just you do hear this just like kind of like mild like scraping contact sound as this armor that you were sort of trying to, you know, like keep in place. Honestly, part of what that dexterity saving throw was to do. You just see it and sort of tip over.
Can I have a reaction to that? Oh, never mind.
Well, I mean, you're not. I don't think you were looking over the edge, right? You said you backed away. So basically, you hear this. So Tongard, you jump down. You tried to stop the thing. It had shaken it. You're trying to just like, but it just is moving. At which point, Elon, you're definitely looking down. I think. I don't think anybody else had. I think everybody else had backed up at that point. But Tongard, you hear this kind of whooshing sound, and Elon, you see a portal, like a magical portal, open about 5 feet below the stone portal, and you see sand beginning to fall into the chamber. Just filling it up. Tongard, you see sand beginning to fall on you. No strength saves necessary at this point. But it appears
much worse than I expected.
That being said, we'll get to some turns here in a second.
Oh no.
Shishu, what would you like to do?
I don't know what to do.
Are they out of vision completely?
I'll say it's not even partial cover. There's just like it has just started. It hasn't started like pounding down. So especially since you're a 24 in initiative. So yeah, you still see targets.
I'm gonna try to use my last 2 javelins to get them.
Cool, do it.
I'll use an advantage on this one.
I will say, it definitely makes sense to do some javelin attacks here because, the fewer of them down there with Tongart, the better for Tongart.
Yeah, and also I'm just like, I can't wait till I get down there and get these javelins back.
Now you are a barbarian.
Nat 20!
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. With this nat 20, this is just to be, because there is one of these guys has literally 1 hit point. So I'm going to say your nat 20 javelin goes through that Nothic into another one. So we're going to deduct 1 point of damage from your nat 20 damage roll. So for this roll, please roll 1d6 and add 11 to it.
12.
Okay, so 11 points of damage go over to this other one.
That's true, but I have one more javelin.
You have another javelin, and you can throw.
But I can't use advantage again.
You can't use advantage, but so basically, you threw this one javelin, went through a guy, stabbed another guy. The dead one falls. The one it stabbed is leaning back. What? Yeah. There's also one prone on the ground, kind of half under Tongart, the one who was trying to, and that one is actually cackling Tongart. Elon, you hear it saying, well, we will at least achieve our end, even though it is suboptimally, since we will perish. Shishu.
Oh no.
What's their AC reduced by?
I'll tell you what, you can throw it at the slowed one, it will be a 13 AC.
Okay.
Natural 20?
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Go ahead, and this one won't go through any other ones, but again, it's 1d6 plus 11.
16.
Wonderful. All right, so 16 to the other slowed friend.
Very good.
All right, at this point, sand does begin to fill the chamber more aggressively. Tongart, could you please make a strength saving throw?
Certainly.
Oh no. What are we gonna do?
That's not terrible. It's not great. Strength 14.
14. You fall prone.
That seems not great.
The sand beginning to bury you. You feel the beautiful coins below. Your hand maybe even instinctively grasps some, but then it's just melding with the sand. All right. XigXag, you do get a turn.
Oh!
Yeah.
I think Elon just realized.
Yeah.
Elon just realized something. XigXag. What would you like to do?
I'd like to use the whip to zig down there.
Ooh, okay. I'll tell you what. If you want to try to, where are you trying to go down there?
Well, I'd like to grab the sword on my way down.
Well, the sword is down there, so you're gonna have to get down.
Right.
Okay, so the
Right.
range that you can. So basically, what you're going to be trying to do is to. So XigXag, this is a hard thing you're trying to do. Okay, I want to present this to you. You are trying to jump down through a portal that is pouring heavy sand, and you're going to then try to make an athletics check at disadvantage while the sand is pouring you to fall a certain distance, then anchor yourself swinging to where you knew that sword was. You can't really see it, so this is going to be a much higher DC than your typical one, but it won't be a saving throw. But you have to make a very high DC athletics check to jump down at disadvantage since you're being pummeled. But you can cancel that out by using your inspired spirits.
Yes.
All right, so XigXag is going to jump down, and basically you all see XigXag jump into the sand. It's pushing XigXag down. XigXag, you're kind of just in your mind. You sort of understand where that sword is. You slap out with your you kind of wrap around something with this whip, and you're going to try to swing. Go ahead and make the athletics check to avoid being pummeled down into the ground and all of that badness.
He's 15, 20.
20 was the DC.
So did I make it?
You did make it. You just made it. XigXag. You managed to just hold on. You're reaching for this sword. Your hand wraps around a hilt. You manage to sort of like pull it off of its stand. You are now suspended, hanging. Sand is pounding on you. I'm actually going to give you, 3 points of I guess piercing damage, just as like powerful sand is like pouring into your scales. It kind of is just uncomfortable, but you're not, and you're now suspended about like 15 feet above as the sand is just raining down on you. You use your bonus action to make the whip, your action to grab the thing. So I think that will be your turn.
Okay.
Also, you are completely blinded now because there's just sand all over you. So Elon and Lord Buku, you guys are next up here in initiative. I'm going to actually ask Lord Buku as a free thing kind of on your guys' initiative count. Would you just make an Arcana check?
22. I'm sorry? 26.
26.
God, that's high.
Well, then that's even better. So, Lord Buku, I will just say that you can mention to any interested parties who care that what is creating this effect is an arcane gate. It's a 6th level spell. You can just throw that out.
I will immediately turn to Elon and say, Elon, that's an arcane gate.
I go
that
ahead
they're
and breathe.
using."
I don't even listen to him, and I breathe my dispelling breath.
All right, your dispelling breath, inexorably
So level-
just works on a
Level
6.
6.
Yeah, because your DC is 16, correct?
I
I got it. Elon, you use this short breath weapon, and you manage to dispel the sand effect. And suddenly that gate ripples away. More sand does fall down on them, but it is no longer a sort of absolute cacophony. You hear a few coughing Nothics saying...
That's the name of my ska band.
Coughing Nothics? Yeah. You hear...
Amazing.
Oh, was that the band you were all in?
And you hear them basically saying...
Boy band?
Yeah.
That is, they said, oh, this is, okay, well then the chance that these invaders are going to, to acquire everything here and that we failed in the mission is effectively 99.99%. And then,
I shoot one of them in the head.
Understood. Go ahead and roll your attack as they're... Yeah, you don't understand this, Elon. You're hearing this. One of them says... What is the first attack roll, Lord Buku?
Oh, it was 19.
Okay, that will hit. Go ahead and roll your millions of damage.
Yeah. 15, 25, 32 plus 5, 37.
37. All right. So that, Elon, and you just breathed on it. So now you're looking and you see the sand falling, but you see this one of the Nothics turning to the other and sort of just saying, well, working with you all has been. And then it is shot in the neck and just instantly killed.
I'm just gonna yell out in draconic, I guess. You guys just surrender. Just surrender. You guys seem pretty smart.
Wait, I Buku has the second one like trained, and like just as he releases his other arrow, he just goes, "Wait, we haven't even talked to them yet. No one's even tried to convert." Oh, and I hit it with like a 25 for another 8 points of damage.
Okay. Oh well, you hit a different one because that one's dead.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Good turn. It is now the turn of the 3 surviving Nothics. As they see sort of the sand falling down. The one who's like under Tongart will kind of like clamber up and just kind of look at you, Tongart, and just kind of say, like, actually, Elon, it's even going to say, is there even any purpose in attacking them? They're going to win. And another one says, the only purpose would be if we got any enjoyment out of spite. It is not rational to simply attack out of spite. There's no deterrence to their victory. That's true, but, I mean, would it feel better? Tongart, can you see one of their eyes glow. Can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Sure can. Oh, that's pretty terrible. That's gonna be 11.
In 11, is roll the 49. They have a DC 12 con save. So you take 13 points of necrotic damage as the rotting gaze of this Nothic wraps around you. And the Nothic who did that sighs, and Elon, you say, I don't feel any better. You hear it say, this did not provide me any enjoyment. Another one said,
you guys.
another one will say, allow me to attempt for analysis. Let us do a small, let us attempt a very small size sample. Another one will attempt to do, will do Evans Tongart on XigXag. This one will try to do the same as XigXag. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Is any of this affected by this flower? No, probably not.
Oh, do I?
Not
Can I
It's
spell.
just
roll
their one
advantage on
action.
it?
No. I think you already used your advantage this round.
Okay. Did I?
Yeah, just swing down.
Yes, I did. That is a 19.
A 19. This one says, it has resisted my rotting gaze. I now feel worse. The other one says, analysis indicates I should not even attempt it. At best, I'll feel nothing. At worst, I'll feel worst. I'm going to hug the sarcophagus one more time. And that one goes and hugs the sarcophagus.
Oh.
The others say that behavior is illogical. Tongard,
I
it's your
shoot it.
turn. Tongard. Again, Tongard, all you know is one of them did this, and now they're just like hissing at each other.
No, I know. I'm gonna stand up and there's one near me, or is that the one that?
Yeah, there's one that like kind of like half looked up and gazed at you and just rotted you.
Yeah, so I'll get up and first I gotta heal. But then I'll get up and take a swing and pull up my Kopesh and take a swing at the one that attacked me.
It kind of like this was inevitable.
All right. There's a natural 20.
Okay, so it's 8 plus your strength. What's your strength? Plus 5?
No, 3. 3. I only have a 16.
So it's 11 plus a d8.
Yeah, so that's 15 points of damage.
15.
Yeah.
You head just gone.
And then I'll start making my way as like they're gonna disrupt the other. They're destroying the other magic item.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna use my second attack and I'll use my inspired spirits to
strike.
have advantage.
I just actually think they're okay.
That's double 2s. So that's an 8 to hit.
Understood.
Yeah.
This one,
It's the sand. I'm losing my footing in all this sand.
yeah.
Just trudging.
Elon, you hear. These creatures are deeply barbaric. I begin to think that they also simply seek the destruction of these artifacts. They're not even trying to plunder them. What a waste. What senseless beings. How is there so much hate in the multiverse? Cool. Shishu, you're up.
How is the sand made it so that I could jump down?
The sand has not made it so you could jump down sort of safely. I would allow you an athletics check to like do like a 3-point landing and take
What did she hang over of the edge?
she's a barbarian. It would be more strength thing. I'll phrase it like this: Shishu. You can make an athletics check to jump down as like kind of like your movement. On a 20 or higher, you will take no, I'll say 18 or higher, you'll take half damage. 25 or higher, no damage. You can use your advantage on this roll if you'd like.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Cool.
I need to get up in this ring. Oh my god, I rolled 2 12s. So that's 20. So I take half damage.
So you'll take half damage of the 5 falling. Based on how I rolled last time, it's genuinely probable. So that'll be 9 plus 8, so 17. So 8 points of damage is half. So it would have been 17. You'll take half. So you take 8 points of damage, but you like land and it's kind of like, you crunch into the sand and send sand and coins flying, and you see there are simply 2 Nothics left. One like clasping over this sarcophagus. The other just kind of like looking around, kind of looking up at XigXag, like.
Can I do an attack?
Of course.
Or okay.
That was just your movement, yeah.
With my bone cruncher?
Yeah, you could just swing on. Are you going to go to the one who's Tongart's attacking one over by the sarcophagus, and another's looking up at XigXag? Which one would you like to attack?
I would like to attack the one looking up at XigXag.
Go for it.
18.
Yeah, that hits. The slowed ones are both dead, by the way.
Okay, 8 points of bone crusher damage.
Okay. You
And
can
then
swing
do I
again.
still get my second attack?
You
okay,
do.
great. Oh, 17
That hits.
and 10 points of damage.
All right. Interesting. All right, XigXag. Elon, what would you like to do?
Do I get a sense of what language they're speaking?
Operational?
Make a free history check.
History. Okay. History. History is 6.
You understand every word. You've never heard anything even like it.
Right. I'm going to try to communicate to the last one.
Okay.
Because did Shishu kill yours? Did Shishu? Is the one that is next to Shishu still alive or no?
It's still alive, yes.
Okay. Well, I'll do it to both of them, but mostly to the one that's hugging the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Sarcophagus. I'm going to try to communicate. Would you prefer to live or have the sweet release of death?
In response, you hear kind of one sort of like gesture to the other, like, my dragon speech is rusty, but these creatures are taunting us.
Oh, no.
The other says, that is to be expected. They are horrific raiders.
I feel so bad. I'm gonna yell out, we value rational thought.
I don't.
You've said a word that they might know in all languages. Rational. So I'm gonna just roll an intelligence check.
This is a natural one.
They are now disparaging rational thought. I believe they are religious zealots. The other one says, despite those who put us in this position, I must say that adds insult to injury. Indeed.
I'm just actually gonna sit down.
I get it.
I'm gonna sit down, like just sit with my legs dangling over the precipice.
I get it. Lord Buku, you're up.
Shoot one.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the head.
Cool.
Shoot him. Shoot him aggressively.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Go, Buku.
The one by the coffin, because
Yeah.
loot.
Sure.
That's 25 to hit.
Yep.
That's not great rolls, but that's okay.
Still
What
gonna
was
be
that?
5 dice. So,
7, 14, 24 plus 5. It's 29 points of damage.
Sure. Not great rolls.
That's only a 15. 15.
15
That
hit.
hit?
That's a armor class, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, another 11 points of damage.
Cool, you pin that one to the coffin.
Did that?
The last
Protect
one,
the loot!
The last one gets its turn and sees that. Shishu is now currently attacking it. Shishu is gonna look at you.
Look at me.
Shishu, would you please roll a deception check?
Oh boy. $16.
With a 16, it has actually beaten that with an 18. This Nothic gazes at you with its eye, staring through you, magically learning a fact or a secret about you. You, of course, would be immune to this effect were you immune to being charmed, but since no one's dipped into the pool yet, Shishu, this thing learns, basically, I'm going to just say for maximum insult. this thing learns that you are basically an influencer. Elon, you hear it say, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." And then Elon, Shishu, this thing moves away from you, and runs full bore towards the sword dangling from XigXag's hand, which it basically thrust up itself eye first through its brain.
I guess that was too much for it.
We've defeated it psychologically. Well done, Shishu.
Well
Yeah,
done,
good
Zuzu.
job.
Well done, team.
Yes, indeed. I think you scared it to death.
Fairly.
Yeah.
He was
It
intimidated by my
saw
number
your
of followers.
depths and just realized it was hopeless.
Elon,
Well,
you're muted, which is honestly appropriate for the situation based on their vibe and yours.
I feel really bad about this, but let's get
Because I won the contest, I think I did kill the most.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
wasn't
God.
keeping close count, but
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go retrieve all my javelins.
Understood. Most precious in this chamber, the javelins. Then, of course, the sand-covered loot. So my dragon friends. Are we cool to play just a little longer here? Kind of just
Yes.
see what this is. All right, so we will say that XigXag, you can swing your way back up, to maybe try to construct a rope or whatever. So we'll say a little bit of time passes, and you all are actually able to get down here.
Nice.
What are you doing down here? What is your sort of plan?
Shoveling up.
I'm looking for a bag of holding.
Okay. Well, if you're looking specifically for a bag of holding, go ahead and make an investigation check. Tongart.
I was gonna go over and take a look at the armor, see if there was anything about it that seemed.
Make a history, or you can even do a religion check on it.
Okay.
I'm going to
Okay,
arrange
roll an
the corpses of these
18.
creatures in a respectful manner.
No roll required. You can do that. Interestingly,
26.
they're rational beings. They wouldn't care. But
I would
it's
like
kind of
to-
the thought that counts.
I would like to go through whatever's there, try to identify and find all the magical items,
Perfect.
separate them, and then run some arcana checks on them and see what is, if I can.
Why don't you roll just a general investigation? Why don't you do a general kind of looking over things? Shishu, what are you doing?
Whoops. Yeah, I want to get loot and help out the team.
Okay.
General investigation, 25.
Okay.
I can support people who need support.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. Okay. A 25. Lord Buku, you can tell very quickly that down in this area, there are basically 5 things that are going to be particularly valuable, as well as just all there's obviously a bunch of gold. You notice all of the gold coins depict eyeballs in varying levels of the eyelids being open, sort of implying different values or denominations. There are 5 things that you think are going to be particularly valuable: the sword that XigXag is holding, the armor that Tongart is looking at, a platinum ring, that gold sarcophagus, and that statue of the mating beholders. Please roll an arcana check over all of that. Tongart.
A 12 for that religion check.
It looks very dwarvish. Lord Buku?
Wait.
30.
The platinum ring, the sarcophagus, the erotic statue, these are just going to be very valuable things. The armor and the blade are going to be magical, so they're going to be much more valuable. The armor is going to be extremely valuable. I'll even say with a 30 arcana check, you probably have read about one of the best armors a biped can find is called a dwarven plate, and that is this. The blade seems to have iconography of, I'll say on a 30 with Arcana, this will be a thing. You're familiar with the Medusa type monster, and you think this blade has its iconography all over it. So there's a part of you that thinks that this sword is somehow connected to Medusas. You're
Oh.
unfamiliar with weapons of that nature, but it seems to be like imbued with that symbology.
Okay.
Also with your 25, this is a thing you'll have to go deeper if you care about this, but I will say that just kind of looking around, kind of like moving some of the coins below, the base of this chamber seems to be a bowl. Like, this chamber seems to be full of gold, but it slopes downwards from all sides. The floor below all the gold seems to be made of crystal. So you're standing on a bowl full of gold.
Oh.
There's no solid floor under it. It's just like there's just gold and now a bunch of sand, but there's this bowl underneath. So
I would say that I definitely relay that, and I think what I would say is, for some reason, this seems to be crystal we are standing on. This is like a bowl of crystal. That would imply many possibilities, but one, of course, would be that there's something underneath it.
What color is that crystal there?
Do I know the color?
It's kind of like it appears to be, I mean, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'll assume I guess we're kind of down in the dark.
Well, the natural
you guys,
27.
If you're glowing close enough, when you're close enough to stuff, you can kind of see it's an orange glow. The crystal's color, it appears to be like that sort of like colorless, when you have something that's very translucent but very thick, so you can't really see through it. It seems to be colorless, but you know, maybe it will refract different colors of light. So it seems to be, it probably is like a colorless crystal, but it seems very thick. So
Okay, I will relay that as well.
XigXag. Oh yeah.
My primary concern, everyone, is that I don't know about the stability of this. Well, it would appear to be solid and whole, considering the magical artifacts and devices already instilled here. Perhaps we should not dilly-dally in our retrieval of these rewards we've earned from these terrible beasts that, were vicious and standing over it all.
Horrible, unthinking monsters with no honor to them. XigXag.
I rolled a 26 on looking for a bag of holding.
You have not found a bag of holding. It does not exist at this
But was it
dojo.
30?
No, it's not here. You can't just find a bag of holding because you roll. I mean, you conclusively know there's no bag of holding.
I want it. Can I will it to existence?
If you were in the other game and I could tempt you with this, then I actually might allow that, but no, not here.
We'll take a adding to the clock. You can add to the. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Add to the clock for the other game. That's totally fine.
What
we'll
happens
take
if a if a dreadstorm happens in your game? There might be some kind of dreadstorm here, because and actually, if you can get the clock around for them, then there's. I mean, dreadstorm didn't happen off screen to them, so that's actually good. Yeah. So yes, XigXag, there is no bag of holding here. I'll say, however, that with such a high roll and such a thorough kind of a digging through the coins and kind of an estimation, why don't you make one more investigation check for me?
How big is the sarcophagus?
Yes. 22?
With a 22 XigXag, you feel there are, at a minimum, 20,000 gold pieces below you. It may be more, but that's 20,000 gold, so that's like 2,000 platinum.
I cannot carry all of that.
Yeah, certainly you're not going to be able to carry all of it, but you think there's like it's a good number of coins here kind of filling this chamber. In answer to your question about the size of the sarcophagus, it is approximately 2.5 feet by like 1.5 feet. Made of gold.
2.5 feet. Okay.
There does appear to be a seam around it if you wish to open it.
I'm gonna do that because.
Yeah. Sorry.
It doesn't appear to be magical, so.
All right, let's take a look inside.
All right, Tonkart, you spent a little time kind of carefully maneuvering the sarcophagus open. Within, you find the mummified remains of a gazer, each eye stalk wrapped individually, sort of still sticking up.
Give it a poke.
Well, that doesn't seem smart.
You are poking a corpse.
All right. So my sort of plan here is that we can maybe load this thing up, and then some of the stronger of us can maybe just sort of try to chuck it up out of here. At least that way we can get some of this stuff up out of here. I don't know how else we don't really have anything to carry anything in.
So you're going to take a sarcophagus that's made of gold. You're going to dump out the body inside, fill that with treasure, and carry that up. That's the idea.
Yes.
Cool.
That is correct.
I think the only logical solution here.
Yeah.
Reasonable, yes.
Yeah. It seems like the only sort of rational conclusion I think we can come to.
Clearly.
So,
Need somebody grab the armor though? Somebody should need to secure the armor.
Maybe someone should don the armor. It's probably the easiest way to carry it.
I mean, and tell me about the sword. Yeah, the sword looks really interesting.
The sword, yes, it's related to Medusas of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what it does. I mean, obviously it would take some time, probably need to
Is it
attune to it, but it is magical in nature.
how large is the sword?
yeah, that's a great question. Hold on. Roll a d10. Elon.
Okay.
You'd be cool if you roll a 1 or a 2. You'll be happiest with a 5 or a 6.
2.
It is a great sword.
Oh, well, that seems like it's appropriate for my sister.
That was my thoughts also.
I would love
Sis,
it.
I got you something.
Oh my god, you're the best. You're my favorite.
All right. So you are basically.
Oh my
it
God,
seems.
I love it.
It seems you're
Thank
taking
you.
the ring, the statue, the sarcophagus, which you're going to try to fill with gold. With
And,
coins. So you're-
whatever.
You're not going to try to take all these coins. You're going to just try to take kind of a thing of it. Okay.
We don't want to be greedy, Philip.
Of course.
No, we want to be greedy. We just don't have any means of carrying it. That's
Yeah.
Do I have a bag of holding in my vest of useful items, perchance?
You don't think one of those can come out of there,
Right.
unfortunately.
My kingdom for a tensor's floating disc.
I get that for real. Is anybody else want to look at anything else in the chamber? Anybody want to inspect anywhere else? Any
Yeah,
other
I mean-
investigations?
Well, is this where isn't the special portal we're supposed to be going? The lake that we're supposed to be going in supposed to be somewhere near here?
Actually,
No. I
I'd
can
like to-
do investigate, but
You don't have to. I'm just double checking.
actually,
I-
I'll
I
take.
I do want to.
I'd like to continue examining the crystal bowl.
okay, you want to inspect the crystal. Roll an investigation on the crystal. Tongart, what do you want to look at?
I actually kind of want to run around, like, sort of check some of the walls, see if there's a door or something here, like if there's a way people got down here or took stuff up and out of.
Great. Please make an investigation check as well.
24.
A 24.
I'm making up for all my rolls in the last game.
You super are. All right.
Sorry.
And for me, investigation 17.
17. Okay. Shishu, what did you want to do? Or I may
Well,
have misheard. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna tell everybody that remember we came down, we were going down, descending a thing, and then we decided to come into this room to fight because it was a door that we went in. So we probably have to go back and further down, but I don't know. But I could be wrong, depending on what y'all find out in your
There
investigation.
is another passage continuing. You guys went instead into a different place. All right. Tongart, you inspect the walls very closely. You don't really see anything. Lord Buku, as you begin to kind of dig down through this crystalline bowl, you pretty quickly can tell as you're like pushing, coins aside, it appears to be an eyeball looking
Out.
looking down. Yes.
Oh. Gnarly.
Right, inside the eyeball.
You are like standing, like it appears like everything's like piled up within a crystalline eyeball. Yes.
All right, here's an important question. Is there like what is it looking at? Can I look through the eyeball?
Are you trying to dig all the way down?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's an eyeball,
you rolled high enough to do that. So if you're kind of doing that, you're like digging your way through. You're doing this. All right. So Lord Buku, you get to kind of the iris and the pupil that are kind of like set out, and you're kind of having the other dragons hold stuff back, or you're just kind of pushing it. At the center, why don't you make a perception check as you try to like put your eye down?
Can I assist him
Ow.
in any way?
natural 20, 27.
nice.
Apparently you can't. Lord Buku, you look kind of through this eyeball, and what you see beyond is a vast cosmos shifting in its alignment. You see cosmos, galaxies, planets, star fields kind of moving, shaking. You also can tell that there is a kind of it's like you're looking almost like a pinhole as this thing. This as you've looked through it, the whole crystal begins to glow very faintly. But you can feel that there is an aperture of some kind that you could maybe like reach through. You don't think you can fit through it, but you could probably get a hand into it, reaching down towards these cosmos you see.
Oh. Master Lasso, you need to come down here.
All right, I'll come down.
I show him, I explain to him, and I point out this aperture that I say, every instinct in my body is saying that there is something valuable on the other side of that, whether it's knowledge or treasure, but I feel like I should reach through. And yet every other part of me is saying this is a bad idea. I need outside perspective.
All right, well, let me take a look.
Perception.
And when
Don't use your dominant hand.
Before I
Just in
do,
case you lose it.
before I do, I'm actually going to expend a charge on my mask to have true sight for 10 minutes.
Son, that I was not ready for. Roll your perception check, but uh-oh.
Whoa.
Can I have his perception?
Yeah,
And your brain
Sure, give him
explodes.
advantage. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, advantage.
All right.
You're very proficient at it, so sure.
Appreciate that. 22.
Yeah. Well, with a 20, yes. Tongart, you look. Oh man, this takes away the mystery of it. Tongart, you look through this aperture and you see this cosmos. You see this incredible sort of cosmic thing, almost as clearly as Lord Buku was describing. But actually, your true sight is helping you like not see it as well as he did. You're sort of seeing. I'm gonna in this instance say this true sight is not ignoring illusions, but it's kind of you're looking at the dailies, so you still see like the boom mic at the top of the picture. You're kind of seeing the edges of this a little more. What you're actually looking at is that this aperture seems to be focusing almost like a lens. At the bottom of this, about like 2 feet down, this is focused on an amulet within which these cosmos are swirling.
I think you are correct, Buku. Hang on one sec. And I'm just gonna reach through to grab this amulet.
It feels.
Can I stop him right before
Sure.
he does? Hold on now.
Oh, you're right. There's an amulet down there.
Okay. All right. Excellent. I want to look and make sure there's no traps
Make
of
an
any kind.
investigation check.
I can assist that one too.
Sure.
I get advantage anyway. But
Then
thank you.
never mind.
Then add a D4 to it. What the hell?
All right. I'll take it.
Additional
Thank you.
assistance, whatever. It's fine.
Much appreciated, XigXag. Excellent advice there. 21.
You do not detect any traps. Almost as if this is such a hard thing to find that it does not tend to be trapped.
Okay, there I go. I think you're all right, merciless.
All right. Well, I'll reach my left hand down in, try to grab this.
You
amulet.
reach in, and your hand becomes very cold, and there's an eerie stillness. And Tongart, you feel the magma within you kind of like cooling, chilling, as if whatever sort of fuel generally keeps it going, you're reaching into a pure vacuum. You don't feel harmed, but you just feel like oh wow, it's very cold.
Oh, that is frigid.
Your hand wraps around a glass and metal amulet, just about that big. It's like a bottle of Crown Royal. You grasp it. There's like a chain around it.
I'll pull it. I'll try to pull it back.
You pull it up, and then Lord Buka. It kind of this is all like in this weird like dugout, like
Yeah.
coins
We're
about
also,
to
like,
tumble in. Yeah.
We're also trying not to slide into each other.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's really.
But you pull this amulet out. Lord Buka, make an Arcana check.
$31.
Lord Buka, in terms of value, this is certainly more valuable than any other item. In terms of power, especially given the nature of this campaign you are all running, this is effectively game breaking, such that when the DM randomly rolled this item to be in this fucking place, he put it behind as much as possible. But then the part of me that always wants, I was like, I'll remind him, I'll just see one more time if they want to look around this room, and I knew I shouldn't have even done that. I should just let you walk away. Lord Buku Bazan, but as you look at this, you understand, you've read about the concept of an amulet of the plains.
Oh no!
An object that allows creatures, even dragons, to traverse the plains based solely on it's kind of it doesn't even have a limit of
No, it doesn't.
of use. It simply allows you to go, provided you can make a high intelligence check. Seems like something you're just going to have advantage on every time.
Also true.
At the same time, you're aware that this beautiful glass, based on the nature of the domains of dread, does not function here.
Oh.
This has been kept here by people who were probably hoping for an opportunity to use it once freed of this prison plane. So it is something that is, again, game-breaking if and when you guys get out of here. So...
Well, I guess this is yours then, Buku.
Well done,
Good eye.
Buku. Well done, Buku.
Oh, all
You're
right.
amazing.
Okay, that's
Thank
enough,
you.
Shishu. That's enough. Thank you.
He is. He's
Thanks,
amazing.
Shishu.
How does it suit me? Do you think?
It seems like it's a little bit big on you.
Yeah, it's a little. I mean, what
I think
time
it
is
brings
it?
out
It's sort
your
of what-
eyes.
I just don't know why. I just feel like I need to ask you that.
Yeah. It's all time, I believe, is how that works. And
It's just-
space.
It's literally like a giant clock.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
are Flava Flav.
Oh my god.
With that, however, between I'm gonna give the amounts now just because it's fun for you all. So with that, you're taking some of the coins, what would be slightly higher than this, but you're not getting nearly all 25,000 gold pieces. Between the platinum ring worth 743 platinum, the gold sarcophagus containing the mummified gazer worth 814. Is it worth as much without the gazer for science? I guess so. An erotic statue of two beholders mating is worth 518 platinum. The blade of the Medusa, which is
Is
interesting.
that what I got?
That is what
Yeah.
you got. Are you attuning to that, Shishu?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll say you guys have spent long enough that Shishu can spend the time attuning to this. The dwarven, so that is worth 34.94. The dwarven plate is worth 4,265 platinum. The amulet of the plains is worth 5,411 platinum. Your total haul, not counting the coins you're able to carry, 16,036 platinum pieces.
All right.
This was worth it. This was worth it.
Worth it.
Great.
Um,
I'm glad you didn't die, Tongard.
yeah, me as well.
That was a very brave move you did. Well done.
Buried
Yeah.
alive,
Shishu.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Upon attuning to this item,
Yeah. Lay it on me.
it functions just like a greatsword, so it's going to do the same amount of damage that you're doing already. However, if you ever roll a natural 20 with the attack roll, your target must roll a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, otherwise they begin to become petrified.
Yeah. I throw out
awesome.
this old bone cruncher. What a piece of trash. I'm keeping this thing.
Cool.
Shishu does not even recycle. Even though she knows it's important.
Actually, no, like, I have actually read that recycling is actually worse for the environment if you really look at the numbers of it. So, like, please never come for me or my family again. For the stuff that we do, we like to have fun and we like to show our love for each other with huge parties. And so even if we're not recycling after it, maybe we're doing more for the environment than you'll ever do.
They're
If you
tricking
understand how much money we pay in fees to the EPA, we've done more for the environment than you will ever do.
How do you know the thoughts in Shishu's head?
Well, with that rather large haul, I'm actually going to end with another beat as you're all down here. You do see a green glow from above
Oh,
as
be nice.
a skeletal figure looks down at you, green-eyed, hateful, saying, "Well, making ourselves at home, aren't we?" And that is where we'll end today's session.
Oof.
Oh man.
Wow. Wow.
Oh man. That's...
Hey, you guys got a lot of treasure though.
We're fairly rich. I'm gonna try to put that armor on. I think.
Bitch.
Oh, if you want to attune to that armor over this sort of time, that's you can attune.
I can cast second level spells.
and I can cast second level spells.
All
Have you
right.
ever
Also
seen? Did everybody
Dispel
see
the fucking 6th level gate, bro.
Yeah.
That was pretty
legit.
That was
That's
pretty.
true.
That was pretty.
I'll see you
crazy.
tomorrow.
But yes.
to
Oh
go.
yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Um,
everybody. Thank you, audience at home.
I love when you, Philip, when you were like, oh look, he gets it. Look he gets it. I was like,
I was
like,
wondering.
oh.
I was immediately like, wait a minute, because about the way our last fight went down, Elon never got to use his breath.
I totally
did
forgot.
I-
I was like, oh no, we're out of rope.
I think we're okay.
What should we do?
We're okay.
I don't have any teleport spells. I can't fly.
I maybe adjusted the nature of this room. There was always going to be a sand filling it up because I just love that in kind of old pyramid tombs. I just think that's such a fun
Oh yeah.
thing. But I might have adjusted this in such a way because of the terrible thing that happened to Elon last time. Well, that was delightful, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. If you, we super appreciate all of your support and everything. We have some other fun games to check out. On Mondays, we have Temple Flight, our superhero game, where they're currently in the astral plane playing Fate, and it's a fairy tale. Very weird stuff. Dan's character is a widower in the town who all the ladies want to get with. That just happened. It's really funny. On Tuesdays we have.
I'm a dragonborn in that game now.
You are a dragonborn in that game. That's hilarious. Yeah. If heading out as well.
See you tomorrow.
I have to jump up too. Sorry.
I understand. Yes, I know we went long because of loot, but yes, thank you, sir. So
best reason to go
basically,
on.
yeah, it really is kind of the like, okay, well, let us know everything we just got here. And then on Tuesdays we have Gray in the Dark, our noir game. Super fun stuff going on there as well. And then as always, our Friday game. Again, content warning on the most recent episode of that. Things got a little racy, but was super fun stuff. Would anybody here like to plug anything? Mention anything? I guess we should mention. Watch. Andrew is trying at some time on Twitch when he plays some games. Usually Tuesday at 3.
He does.
I think it's usually Tuesday at 3.
And he also does Thursday as well.
Also Thursday, he plays
That's
games like Disco Elysium, but maybe not that one specifically. And then I know that Anna also often cooks on Instagram at 2 on Tuesdays.
Yep.
And she'll make good
And
stuff.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days that we all do stuff. I stream on Twitch, Deadwood Jedi. You'll catch me there usually starting around 1 o'clock. And I go till usually around 5 o'clock. So you can catch me in between watching Andrew and Anna. It's good times.
Yeah. Pierce, want to Manzukis anything?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to just plug libraries. The Libby app is the new version of Overdrive. And if no one's tried that, it's now you can put all your library cards in, universal search. You can check out audiobooks, ebooks, comics, movies, all this stuff from the library for free, just using your library card.
That's very cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna say libraries. They're pretty cool. Check them out.
Yep.
Well, on
Yay
that
for
note,
libraries.
guys, support your libraries. Thank you so much for watching all of our crazy fun. Until next, we are going to send you on a raid to Kobold Press here in a second. So we'll go to our end screen, then we'll hop you over there.
Yeah.
But
Kobold Press, fellow scrappy Kickstarters like us.
there you go. Yeah, real. It's not the energy we need to be bringing on a raid. But in any case, very good. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, roar and roar well.
Roar.
Good night, everybody. Roar indeed. Good night.